It's a Saturday night in Santa Clara, California. The San Diego Chargers and the San Francisco 49ers going head-to-head. Chargers at 8-6, 49ers at 7-7. San Diego won the toss. They have deferred to the second half. So the Chargers will kick it off with Nick Novak, Bruce Ellington, the return man for the 49ers. Ian Eagle, Dan Fouts, Jenny Dell, the rest of our crew. San Francisco's run of 3 straight NFC Championship games is over. The 49ers eliminated from playoff contention. The Chargers still alive, but no longer in control of their own playoff destiny. Going away from Levi Stadium on the opening kick from Novak. Ellington will return it for the Niners. Spilled out shy of the 25-yard line. That's where San Francisco will open up as Torrek Williams makes the play on special teams. Colin Kaepernick, he has experienced the highs. This year, he is experiencing some of the lows of playing quarterback in the NFL.
Talking to him yesterday, he feels he has some chances throwing to his wide receivers, bigger wide receivers than the Chargers corners, and maybe Vernon Davis will hook up with him. Davis has just 2 touchdown catches, and that came in the first game of the season against Dallas.
17-7 loss in Seattle last week. That's what eliminated San Francisco on a pass and hooks up with Bolden. The veteran Anquan Bolden, who won a Super Bowl with Baltimore, said that this has been one of the craziest seasons he's ever been a part of. 11-yard hookup and a first down for the 49ers.
Yeah, he stressed to us that it's their job to play today. You know, you don't hear anything about them wanting to spoil San Diego's season. It's more about being professional and finishing this season off on a positive note.
Bolden also talked about helping out the young guys in these situations. He knows that the young guys will be looking towards him for guidance. On a 1st and 10 from the 35 for the 49ers. Frank Gore, he was a question mark coming into this game. Picks up 2.5 yards. Hit by Cavell Connor, getting the start for San Diego at linebacker. Colin Kaepernick, last 3 games. Look at those numbers against Seattle, at Oakland, and once again against the Seahawks.
And his rushing totals are down from last year. He's just 4.5 yards per carry, and this is a tremendous athlete. He's had so many big runs in his young career.
Signed him to the big contract before the season. Off the boot. Kaepernick throws, and he's on target. Bruce Miller, the fullback, with his 14th catch of the season. Kendall Reyes gave chase to Kaepernick, and Kaepernick completes it for 10.
Now this is a foot race that Reyes is going to lose every time. But I like what Kaepernick does. He extends the play all the way to the sideline where Bruce Davis is there to catch his 14th pass of the season. I think Miller's going to be very important to this offense tonight.
On a give. Gore, the all-time leading rusher for the Niners. Stiff arm. Gore cuts it inside. Frank Gore is still going. Touchdown, San Francisco. What a run by Gore. 52-yard rip. Breaking tackles and taking it the distance.
Yeah, it's the run of the year by a whole bunch. Before this, it was just 28 yards, but this is power football for the 49ers. Upati on the pull, breaking tackles, and then the stiff arm on Weddle. He discards Weddle, finds the end zone, and a great start for the 49ers. Something that they need to get them feeling positive about their chances tonight.
The strength of Frank Gore, the toughness. And we talk about the future of Harbaugh. How about the future of Gore, whether or not he's going to be a part of this 49ers organization moving forward? He'll be a free agent at the end of the season. The veteran Phil Dawson on for the point after. The 49ers strike first. Early statement from San Francisco, and Frank Gore, his 4th rushing touchdown of the season on his longest run, 52 yards. 49ers up early on San Diego. Biggest run in the last 4 seasons for Frank Gore. 52-yard touchdown. San Francisco with a 7-0 lead on San Diego. Phil Dawson will kick it off to the 49ers. Chris Davis, the former Auburn standout, the return man. From the 4-yard line, Davis right up the middle. And met before he hit the 25-yard line. Phillip Rivers and the San Diego offense onto the field. Another look at the touchdown run.
Now this is Mike Upati, and watch, he's going to pull around here and get a block on Cavell Connor. And then the block on the outside by Bolden right there. and then 2 missed tackles and the stiff arm by Gore. Tremendous desire to get to the end zone.
This is a San Francisco team that has not been able to generate offense in recent weeks. Meanwhile, Phillip Rivers starting his 143rd consecutive game, the longest active streak in the NFL among quarterbacks. Eli Manning, number 1. 4 receiver set on 1st and 10 from the 23. Rivers broken up. Ajira Tutu, the intended receiver. No Keenan Allen. He's out with a broken collarbone. How about Phillip Rivers and where he's at physically right now with that rib injury and back injury?
Well, he's going to tough it out tonight. Those injuries have bothered him much of the second half of the season. He missed practice on Wednesday, and that's something he has rarely done in his career. A real tough guy, Ian.
First time he's missed practice since 2007. And up, Brandon Oliver in for the injured Ryan Matthews. Matthews missing another game with a ankle injury. Met by Nick Moody, who's getting the start for the injured Chris Borland, who was placed on IR by San Francisco, a 4-yard pickup.
You know, you go back to that first play of the game when Rivers hit Ajira Tutu on the curl route, and Ajira Tutu just dropped the ball. So already the effect of Keenan Allen being out of the game is felt on the very first offensive play for San Diego.
Ajira Tutu has just 3 catches this season in his second stint with San Diego. Ronnie Brown, the veteran, checks in. He gets an opportunity because of that Matthews injury and the domino effect. We'll also see Donald Brown. Rivers fires, looking for the sideline. It's incomplete. Malcolm Floyd, the intended receiver. Parrish Cox over there defensively for San Francisco.
Really good reaction to this ball. Thrown a little bit low to Malcolm Floyd, and at 6'5", that's not where you want to throw it to him. Look at the break by Parrish Cox, breaking that one up. Clean play by Cox.
Matt McBriar in for the injured Mike Cyphers. McBriar punted well last week, averaged just under 50 yards per punt in a 22-10 loss to Denver. Bruce Ellington, the return man. Big punt from McBriar. Ellington backpedals, but he has room. Ellington goes down at the 28, a 53-yard punt. Andrew Gatchkar makes the play on special teams. Kaepernick and the Niners up 7-0. Back in the Bay Area, San Francisco 7, San Diego nothing. Frank Gore came into this game 196 yards away from his 8th career 1,000-yard season. He's got 55 already on just 2 carries and a touchdown. On first down, Ellington on the rush. Bruce Ellington, his 4th carry of the season, and picks up 7 yards.
It's another missed tackle for San Diego. That's 3 missed tackles in the last 2 plays. Ellington on the end around after the fake to Gore breaks the tackle right there at the line of scrimmage and sets up a 2nd down and short for the Niners.
Rookie out of South Carolina. Niners have worked a lot of their young players in, especially on defense, because of the opportunities presented by injury. 83 total yards now for San Francisco. 2nd and 3 for the 49ers. Kaepernick, they handle the rush. Kaepernick, pump and go for Kaepernick. Colin Kaepernick into San Diego territory on the scramble and turns it into a 26-yard gain. Gore with a block out front.
And that's his longest run of the season. Gore with a good block there on the linebacker Ingram. In fact, Ingram comes up limping. He gets drilled again by Boone. But this is what Niner fans have been waiting to see from Kaepernick all season long.
San Francisco inside the San Diego 40. Stop and go by Gore, and he picks up 3 yards. Manti Te'o in on that stop for San Diego.
I know it was interesting in talking to Jim Harbaugh yesterday about Frank Gore. He got kind of emotional when he talking about him, and the fact that, you know, this could be their last year together. Emotional connection there. He's the term unwavering competitor is what Harbaugh used to describe Frank Gore.
Then he went deeper. He said he's almost mystical in how he sees things. That's where he lost us a little bit. He sees things before they happen. We're going to have to trust him on that. Maybe he saw that 52-yard touchdown before it happened. Kaepernick throws it offline, and it looks like he threw it away, unless he was trying to lead Ellington out on the perimeter. Sets up 3rd and 7.
He might have led Ellington into a headache because Jerry Itachu, the rookie out of Georgia Tech, was out there in the flat. Kaepernick may have saw him at the last instant, let that one fly out of bounds.
It's hard to believe the numbers the 49ers have put up this season on offense. Ranked 27th in total offense. Mike McCoy's offense is ranked 21st in the NFL. 49ers 28th in scoring, just under 18 points per game. Deep ball. Kaepernick, flag thrown. Incomplete. Lloyd in a matchup with Flowers, but that penalty marker down at the 20-yard line.
Probably going to be illegal contact on Flowers. They were
prior to the pass. Holding number 26 for the defense. The 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Veteran ref Jeff Triplett on the call. It sets up San Francisco now deeper in San Diego territory.
Well, Flowers, they're grabbing the jersey of Lloyd. Flowers goes about 5'9". Lloyd, a 6-footer. See Kaepernick trying to put it up high to his wide receiver.
1st and 10 at the 30. 2 tight ends. Right up the middle for Gore. 4-yard pickup for the 5-time Pro Bowler. Ricardo Matthews makes the stop for San Diego. We are under 10 minutes to play in the first.
And it's another positive offensive play for the 49ers. Looks like Bruce Miller a little bit shaken off as he was a lead blocker on that blast play right up the middle.
They've been held to fewer than 20 points for 5 straight games. That's the longest streak in 49ers history since '07. And flags come down. San Francisco pointing at San Diego. Staley and Legit moved.
Legit moved first.
Neutral zone infraction, number 7, correction. Defense, number 90 on the defense. 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
John Pagano in his 3rd year as defensive coordinator has this defense ranked number 9 in the NFL and number 9 in points allowed. For the last 2 weeks, losses to New England and Denver, the best teams in the AFC.
And to show you how detailed he is, he said if you miss 4 to 6 tackles in a game, you win. If you miss 12 plus, you lose. Chargers have already missed 3 tackles in this one.
2nd and 1. Gore's got it. Frank Gore bangs his way inside the 5. 15 yards on the zigzag for Gore.
He set up the block perfectly for Upati. Again, it's a left guard pulling out, and then the sharp cut right there all the way to the 5-yard line.
78 yards rushing in the opening quarter. We still have 8:55 to play. Alfonso Smith is in to spell Gore. 1st and goal from the 5. Inside handoff. Bruce Miller. Oh, he fumbles the football. San Diego recovers it. Manti Te'o getting over there initially to get a hand on it. And then the Chargers jump on top of it.
First fumble of the year for Bruce Miller. Doesn't carry the ball all that often, averaging less than 2 yards a carry, but he had a chance of getting all the way to the end zone. There's the perfect hit by Gilchrist, and the Chargers get a huge turnover.
Corey Legit with a fumble recovery. First takeaway for the Chargers in their last 4 road games, and boy, did they ever need it with San Francisco looking to go in for another touchdown. Instead, Chargers take over. They trail 7-0. 1st and 10 from the San Diego 5. Rivers operating out of the gun. Quick hitter. Eddie Royal with a modest gain, 4 yards on 1st down, touched by Will Hoyt.
Check out the right shoulder of Gilchrist, right on the ball. And then the play by Weddle to keep Anquan Bolden away from recovering it. Really a smart play by Weddle. Gets away with a hold there and a takedown. And Leach gets a recovery.
And Dan, that's instincts, because Weddle knew he had no chance of getting the ball.
Yeah.
But he just wanted to make sure Bolden didn't get it, and he did. Oliver slicing through, short of a 1st down, 5-yard pickup. Justin Smith, the veteran whose future is also very much a question mark, making the play for San Francisco.
And, you know, if Weddle doesn't make that play, it's possible that Bolden picks that ball up and scores with it. He was only about 4 yards from the end zone.
Extra offensive lineman here for San Diego. Willie Smith is in on a 3rd and 1 for the Chargers. 14-2 on the road in December since 2006. They have faced these kinds of situations before in recent years. A blast and a gorgeous spin by Oliver. He's built low to the ground. It's a 3-yard pickup and a first down. Nick Moody with a stamp.
Well, watch Moody come right through the gap here. And you know what that's called there? That's the Oliver twist.
That's not called that by anyone other than you.
Well, it works.
It
First
does.
down.
Brandon Oliver. They'll move the chains for San Diego. First down for the Chargers. Donald Brown is in. Brown dealt with a concussion himself earlier in the season. Brown gets the carry, runs into a wall, and falls forward for a gain of 3. What's at stake here for San Diego? Chargers are 8-6. Postseason hopes are still alive, but here's the best case scenario. San Diego gets 2 wins, and then one of the following happens. A Baltimore loss, 2 Cincinnati losses, 2 Pittsburgh losses, and the Chargers get in. There's a chance they could split the final 2 games and still qualify at 9-7, but they would need a lot of assistance. 2nd and 7 here for San Diego. Donald Brown remains in there, sets up to the side of Rivers. From the gun, Rivers fires. Up by Royal, ducks out of bounds, short of the first down. Dante Johnson over there defensively for San Francisco. Find the perfect gift for the sports fan on your gift list. Beat the crowds and save 10% when you shop CBS Sports. Take advantage of this offer now at cbssports.com/holiday. So another 3rd and 1 here for San Diego. They ran for it last time, and it took a terrific play by Oliver to spin off the contact and get the first down. This time it's Donald Brown in there. Handed off, Brown with a blast. New set of downs for San Diego to work with. He picks up 3 on the play.
A little bit of San Francisco's own medicine there. Just straight power for San Diego. Going right at the 49ers interior defense. They've had so many injuries. And this is, speaking of injuries, Chris Watt, who was injured against Baltimore, hurt his calf, and another center goes down for San Diego. Unbelievable.
Trevor Robinson is the backup as they check on Chris Watt. We'll step aside. Thursday Night Football Saturday edition is sponsored by Cialis and by Verizon. XLTE on America's largest, most reliable 4G LTE network. Injured Charger Chris Watt being helped off the field. And this has been a challenge for San Diego throughout the season, keeping centers healthy. Nick Hardwick on IR with a neck injury. Watt was a guy that never played center. Trevor Robinson, also a Notre Dame product, formerly of the Cincinnati practice squad, an undrafted free agent in 2012, will step in.
And in that win against Baltimore, when Watt went down with a calf injury, Robinson came in and did a solid job. But both these teams have been bit by the injury bug to the center. Very unusual.
Against New England, the Patriots really took advantage of some soft spots right up the middle. See how San Francisco handles this. New center in there is Trevor Robinson. High snap. Rivers handles it. On a flip. Oliver breaks free. Brandon Oliver. First down on the catch and run. Chased down by Nick Moody. 10-yard gain.
Yeah, you can't block them all, so you got to make the first guy miss, and that's what Oliver does here. You can see Wilhoit come up here, and a good sharp cut to the inside. He's out to a first down.
And the Woodhead injury really affected their screen game for Phillip Rivers. He was such a great safety valve for him.
Yeah, a very valuable player. Can do so many things. A dynamite third down player.
So it's first down for San Diego. Chargers on the move. 3 first downs on this drive. Rivers airing it out. It's intercepted. Parrish Cox stepping in front of Ojira Tutu. Cox with his 5th pick of the season. Turnover, San Diego.
Now, Phillip Rivers had 2 interceptions late in the Denver game last week. He just has no chance of completing this pass to Tutu. Cox all over that play. Did not go for the first move and comes away with his 5th pick of the year.
Back here in Santa Clara, 7-0 lead for San Francisco. San Diego turns it over. That was after the 49ers coughed it up. Play action, Kaepernick. Kaepernick to run. Slides down just short of the 40-yard line. Tomorrow on NFL Game Day morning, the incredible story of an NFL star who gave up his career to save his brother's life. NFL Game Day morning, that's tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern, live on NFL Network.
It's like Ricardo Matthews getting attention as he goes to the sidelines.
Matthews jogging off on his own. 5th-year pro, formerly of Indianapolis. Rotation defensive lineman for the Chargers. Already 118 rushing yards for San Francisco. On a give for Gore. Frank Gore, first down. Near midfield, Miller a good block. Anthony Davis is back in the lineup. Back from the concussion. He creates some space for a pickup of 8.
Well, watch Bruce Miller here, the fullback, come and lead the way for Frank Gore. They work so well in tandem. Nice block by Boone. Good kick out there by Anthony Davis. And another positive run for Frank Gore.
They average 115 yards rushing per game. They've got 126 here in the first quarter.
Yeah, 10 running plays, just 3 pass plays for the Niners.
Miller sets up on the outside for San Francisco. Kaepernick looks that way, and now he'll throw it underneath. Connection made to Quentin Patton. He's the 2nd-year wideout from Louisiana Tech for a gain of 5.
First catch of the year for Quentin Patton. He had a key block on that touchdown run by Frank Gore.
2 tight ends in this formation for San Francisco. They have averaged just 7.7 points per game in the last 3 weeks. 2 of those losses came to Seattle. The other loss, a shocker, to Oakland, 24-13. 2nd and 5, it's Gore again. Frank Gore. Little shake and bake by Gore to the 35. That's another 12 yards. Chris Watt being carted off for San Diego.
Now watch the move here and then back to the weak side by Frank Gore. And the Chargers just have no answer now for this power running game from San Francisco.
Gore is on the brink of cracking 100 yards in the opening quarter. First down for the 49ers from the San Diego 35. Alfonso Smith is in. Smith gets the call. Picks up 3 yards on the play. Defensively, Marcus Gilchrist there. And John Pagano's defense continues to have problems stopping the run. They've allowed 100-plus rushing yards in 8 of their last 10 games.
And he said that you've got to stop this power running game. Easier said than done right now. Chargers need to make some serious adjustments. Maybe get the safeties more involved.
This is a San Francisco team that is just 3-3 at home. Inaugural season of Levi Stadium. Coming over from Candlestick, a longtime home of the 49ers. Motion man is Asante Cleveland, a rookie out of Miami. Fake it. Throw. Bruce Miller. First down, San Francisco. 12 yards on the catch and run by the fullback. Gilchrist and Connor combined to bring him down.
That's the 2nd catch of the night here in the first quarter for Bruce Miller, a real crowd favorite. Must be kind of cool wearing the same number jersey as the team is named.
Never thought of that. Until you said it, you just continue to dazzle me.
I'm an old 49er fan, way back. Really conflicted tonight, though.
Ted Fouts, San Francisco native and longtime San Diego Charger. Rushes on, Kaepernick, end zone, touchdown, Anquan Bolden. His flag is down.
And they're going to get Joe Staley for holding.
Bolden and Wright got into it after the catch, but the penalty marker is at the 30. And another injury for San Diego.
Bad sign for the Chargers with another injured player. Great sign for San Francisco, even though this one's coming back. Heck of a play by Kaepernick. You can see that Sharice Wright loses his footing there. That's all Bolden needs to make the catch in the back of the end zone.
And the concern right now is for Melvin Ingram, who just got back from that torn ACL.
And he was shaken up earlier in this quarter. He hurt his leg earlier, and now they're checking him out one more time.
He has been a difference maker for the Chargers defense. We asked him about getting back onto the field. He said, "I was just so hungry to get back out there, join my teammates, be a piece of the puzzle." Here's Jeff Triplett.
There are 2 fouls on the play. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 81 after the score. That penalty is going to be declined. Holding. Number 74, the offense. 10-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
Jeff Triplett kind of buried the lead there, but the hold nullifies the score, so the Bolden reaction is irrelevant.
Well, let's check out why. Yeah, that one right there. Totally unnecessary by Anquan Bolden in his 12th year. But the injury to Ingram right here as he gets taken down by Joe Staley. Good call by Jeff Triplett.
Melvin Ingram, talented third-year pro out of South Carolina, walked off on his own, now on the trainer's table. So Ingram replaced by Jerry Atachu, rookie out of Georgia Tech. Meanwhile, the San Francisco touchdown taken off the board because of the hold on Staley. Back it up to the 31. It's a 1st and 20. San Francisco leads at 7-0. We've got 10 seconds to play in this opening quarter. Shotgun for Kaepernick. Kaepernick pumps, throws to the outside. Alphonso Smith. Not much there for the former Arizona Cardinal. Teo chasing him down. 4-yard pickup. San Francisco has 182 total yards in the first quarter. 7-0. 49ers lead it. We'll return to Santa Clara after this message and a word from your local station. A look at our nationwide cable cam. Tremendous pictures here in Santa Clara as we start the second quarter. San Francisco leading at 7-0. A jump and a flag.
Yeah, Ricardo Matthews, who was injured earlier, back in lineup and offsides.
Neutral zone infraction. Number 90, the defense. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
Yeah, into the neutral zone, and then a really smart play by Mike Upati reaching out and tapping him on the helmet. Good scene for San Diego, seeing Melvin Ingram off the training table and grabbing his helmet.
So 2nd and 11 after the penalty. First play of the second quarter. On the quick snap, handoff, Frank Gore. Bounces off contact, blocks up front. Boone and Martin for the 49ers turns it into an 8-yard gain.
At 5'9", he's tough to see at times behind that big offensive line. I mean, Alex Boone, 6'8" at right guard. And Anthony Davis, 6'5" at right tackle. That's right where Gore ran that ball.
Now, Gore has nearly tripled the San Diego output. In total yards, Gore has 106 and a touchdown in this first half on 8 carries.
And they only averaged 115 for a whole game this year.
3rd and 3 for the 49ers. Timeout called by San Diego.
Timeout.
14:19 to play, first half. Thursday Night Football, Saturday edition. We asked Kaepernick about the future of Jim Harbaugh. He said, "We don't know what's going to happen with Coach. I hope he's back. He's done great things for this organization and for me personally, but it's not my decision." It feels like a foregone conclusion that Harbaugh will be elsewhere. 3rd and 3. Looping out of trouble. Kaepernick gets the first down. Those are the kind of things that Colin Kaepernick did in the past to emerge as the starting quarterback, and a guy that is getting paid the kind of money he's getting paid by the 49ers now.
Well, he's Very fast, as we can see. What he lacks sometimes in the pocket is quickness. But when he gets out on the perimeter, as he did on that play, and as we've seen him earlier, very difficult to catch up to.
This was after the Rivers interception. Great sign for San Diego. Melvin Ingram returns. 10th play of the drive. First and goal inside the 10. 49ers trying to add to their lead. Fake the handoff. Kaepernick sets it up. Wide open. Touchdown. Bruce Ellington. 49ers clicking in this first half.
Well, for Ellington, that's just his 6th catch of the season. Remember, Crabtree's out tonight. And his 2nd touchdown catch, and he couldn't be any more wide open at the goal line. Good adjustment to the ball as he turns around, secures the catch, and breaks the plane.
Ellington, the rookie out of South Carolina, 4th-round draft pick. His 2nd touchdown of the season. That one covers 8 yards. 10 plays, 67 yards for San Francisco. Phil Dawson going after. 14-0. 49ers, the team that is out of playoff contention, has looked like a playoff team. Colin Kaepernick connecting with Bruce Ellington to give the 49ers a 14-0 lead on the Chargers. Back in Santa Clara, the last time the 49ers led by 14 points, you have to go back to week 6 at St. Louis. It has been a long stretch for San Francisco, and it has been a struggle on offense. This is the kind of offense that the league grew accustomed to over the last 3 years, with the 49ers going to the NFC Championship game 3 consecutive years and to 1 Super Bowl. Dawson kicks it off. Davis, the return man for San Diego. Davis looking for a lane. Stood up at the 20-yard line by Desmond Bishop, who was just signed by the Niners.
Well, Ellington's going to come in motion here, because the action is away. Watch how it affects Sharice Wright. Jarrett Johnson down at the bottom here is not going to get enough of Ellington right there. Sharice Wright goes with a play-action fake. Easy pitch and catch for Kaepernick and Ellington.
Colin Kaepernick is 6 of 7, 50 yards, and the touchdown to Ellington. Now San Diego's in a 14-point hole. Give it to Oliver. Trying to push the pile. Oliver picks up 4 on first down. Chargers 3 and out. First possession, then had an 8-play, 35-yard drive, but it ended in an interception thrown by Phillip Rivers to Parrish Cox.
And it negated the fumble recovery by Legit. And it also may have cost the Chargers their center, Chris Watt, who's in the locker room.
So Trevor Robinson in at center. Little flip caught by Oliver. The spin. And the second Oliver twist. Will Hoyt there defensively. 6-yard pickup. Well, in December, Phillip Rivers has been very effective in his career. Since 2006, on the road, San Diego. Best record over that span at 14-2. There's New England and Philadelphia. On a give to Oliver. Picks up 4. Injury update. Eric Reed, talented second-year safety from LSU for San Francisco, is dealing with a head injury. So Craig Dahl is in replacing Reed. His return is questionable. 2nd and 6. No Keenan Allen, broken collarbone. No Ryan Matthews, out once again with an ankle injury. Bringing the rush. Rivers incomplete once again. It's Ajira Tutu.
49ers came with the blitz that time. That means it's man-to-man on the outside. Parrish Cox and Ajira Tutu one more time. And a great play as Cox, just laying out, will get his hands on that ball and keep Ajira Tutu from making the catch.
We asked Mike McCoy about Azira Tutu. He said there's a comfort zone between him and Rivers. Whenever his number has been called, he's come through, but a couple of drops so far in this first half for San Diego. This is a 3rd and 6 for the Chargers. Rivers gets rid of it. Nobody home, and Rivers has not looked right. Flag is thrown. Floyd was trying to operate.
This ball may not have been catchable, but this is going to go against the 49ers.
Holding, number 29 in the defense. It's a 5-yard penalty and automatic first down.
It is Chris Culliver.
After the penalty, first and 10.
Yeah, this is really a dicey play here. Rivers not ready for the snap from Trevor Robinson. It's a great catch. The Chargers get a first down gift.
Keeps the drive alive. They're just short of the 40-yard line. 11:52 to play in this first half. 14-0 lead for San Francisco. Handoff to Oliver. Undrafted free agent. Picks up 2 yards, hit by Quentin Dial. It's an ankle injury for Chris Watt. His return is questionable for San Diego.
You wonder about the Charger game plan. They've yet to target Antonio Gates. 58 catches on the season, 10 touchdowns, and he's in the slot right now.
He enters action 145 yards away from 10,000 for his career. He would become the 4th tight end to do it. 2nd and 8 for the Chargers. Rivers making a change. Getting everybody organized. Play clock is down to 4. They handle the rush. Rivers unloads. Caught by Floyd, short of a first down. Malcolm Floyd averages 17.3 yards per catch. That one covers just 4.
But a lot of Rivers' passes are barely getting to the receiver. I mean, this is a couple now to Floyd that have been low. A couple to Azira Tutu that have been just a little bit too far to the inside. I'm sure that the back and rib injuries have to be affecting number 17.
He is 5 of 9 for just 30 yards and a pick. 4 receivers set for San Diego. Gates, the motion man. On a 3rd and 4. Rivers double pumps. Intercepted. Antoine Buffet. It's a pick 6. The 49ers are cruising. And it's a 49-yard return for the touchdown.
Yeah, they were looking for Antonio Gates just as we were. Antoine Bethea right here. He's just eyeballing number 85. Comes off his primary receiver, sees the eyes of Rivers checking out the tight end, and it's a walk-in touchdown. And which team is in the playoff hunt and which team isn't? 2 picks here in the first half.
Extra point from Phil Dawson to make this a 21-0 San Francisco lead. Andy Lee, the punter, will hold it. Kyle Nelson, the snapper. 3 touchdowns on the board for Jim Harbaugh's squad. Antoine Bethea, the 2-time Pro Bowler, one of the leaders of this San Francisco defense, adds to the 49ers lead. Harbaugh pumped up. Big plays have been shining through for San Francisco. 3rd defensive touchdown of the season for the 49ers. The latest from Antoine Bethea. That's his first career interception return for a touchdown. Dawson kicks it off. Chris Davis. The run back. Davis weaving through traffic. Chopped down as he crossed the 25-yard line. Well, go back to week number 1. San Francisco got a defensive touchdown. Chris Culliver returning a fumble, 35 yards, and a win over Dallas. Week 6 at St. Louis. Dante Johnson, the interception of Austin Davis, returned at 20 yards for the score, and now Bethea, 49 yards, a 21-0 lead. Penalty marker thrown on that return at the 39-yard line. Officials huddling up. Phillip Rivers ready to go. 5 of 10, 2 interceptions, 30 yards. There was pushing and shoving after the play was whistled down. Mike McCoy, a Bay Area native.
After the play, we have 2 fouls. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Number 11 of the kicking team. Personal foul, number 52 of the receiving team. Those penalties offset at the spot of the dead ball spot. First down, San Diego.
Quentin Patton, Reggie Walker, offsetting penalties. So San Diego will have it at its own 27-yard line.
And for Bethea's 18th career interception, the first time he's taken one back.
Well, for Phillip Rivers, first 10 pass attempts, it is a struggle right now for Rivers. It's just not himself out there.
No.
Working out of the pistol, Oliver. Whistle down, forward progress will give him a gain of 2. Monday on CBS, 'tis the season for a holiday episode of NCIS. Los Angeles, join in the fun Monday at 10, 9 Central, only CBS. San Diego working quickly here, trying to find a rhythm. They have been limited to 62 yards of offense. Good cut by Oliver. Brandon Oliver into San Francisco territory. Reinhardt with a block. 22-yard run for the rookie Oliver.
It's off the left side behind King Dunlap and left guard Chad Reinhardt. Good job by Dunlap just burying the defender there. Dahl misses a tackle out to midfield for the Chargers.
8 carries, 47 yards for Oliver. And a first down for San Diego. We're down to 9:12 to play in the first half. Feed it to Oliver again. This time the 49ers ready. And he is spun down by a combination of Dial and Wilhoit for San Francisco. Penalty marker down on the play. Or is there? Might have been scooped up. Or somebody is looking at Antonio Gates' yellow shoes. One or the other.
Yeah, that's your eagle-eye spotter perhaps, huh?
8:38 to play in this first half. Rivers. Line drive toss to Gates, finally getting involved. Spins his way across the 45 for a 6-yard pickup.
Well, Gates on an out route, and you can see Rivers has a clear throwing lane there. His best pass of the night. This is what you love about Gates, though. His ability to spin, use that big body to get away from Bethea here and give the Chargers a third down where they have a lot of options to use.
The 49ers told us they looked at Gates on film, maybe a little slower than he used to be, but he just knows how to work it, creating natural picks with their routes. Royal, Gates. Royal has not been a factor so far, though. Just 2 catches. The throw. In stride. Antonio Gates. Brought down inside the 15. 28-yard hookup.
And after the interception by Bethea, both Gates and Rivers were on the sidelines having a long conversation. They played together for so many games, and you can see Gates getting inside here. And again, it's good pass protection, and that's 2 perfect throws in a row for Phillip Rivers.
First down for San Diego from the San Francisco 15. We approach 7 minutes to go in the second quarter. Check to a running play. Oliver makes one-man miss. And that hit after the gain of 1. I hear it so often, quarterbacks, receivers talk about body language. How big a key was that for you through the years working with your receivers?
Well, it comes from a lot of practice time, but it's a non-verbal communication. You can tell by the way a guy's leaning, the way he's setting up the defender, and nobody does it better from the tight end position than Antonio Gates.
2nd and 9 for the Chargers. San Diego threatening here. They trail 21-0 against the 49ers. San Diego 8-6. Trying to stay in the playoff hunt. Flags come down. San Francisco was coming on the rush. Trevor Robinson was overwhelmed.
Chargers start. Offense, number 60. Double clutch to football. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
Yeah, when your center double clutches, you're in real trouble, and that's what happened on that play. Trevor Robinson taking the spot of Chris Watt here. Moved a little bit early and brought all the 49ers with him.
San Diego averaging 21.6 points per game. This is the lowest scoring season for the Chargers since Rivers became the starter back in 06.
A lot of that has to do with the fact that Ryan Matthews not been able to stay healthy. When he's healthy, the Chargers score almost at will.
2nd and 13 now for San Diego. We're under 6 minutes to play, first half. Working from the gun, Rivers gets his man Eddie Royal. And a short gain, 4 yards through the air. Maybe a gain of 5, depending on the spot. Wilhoit there to drill Royal after the catch.
This is where the 49er defense has really excelled this season in the red zones because of their defensive coordinator, Vic Fangio, and his staff. Very creative in situational football, especially in the red zone.
San Francisco number 3 in team defense, allowing 307 yards per game.
And that's unbelievable when you think of them losing Bowman and Willis and now Borland last week.
Shotgun on a 3rd and 10. Rivers lets it fly. A floater is caught. Touchdown. Eddie Royal. The Chargers on the board.
That was a fantastic throw by Phillip Rivers. Got it over the head of Dante Johnson, who's standing at about the 5-yard line, thinking he's got an easy pick here. But watch as Rivers is going to float it over the top to Royal on the corner route. Beautiful throw. 4 for 4 on that drive by Rivers, and 3 perfect strikes in a row.
No Eric Reed right now for San Francisco. San Diego takes advantage, and Nick Novak is on for the point after.
That just shows you the type of competitor Phillip Rivers is.
21-7. 5:09 to play in the first half. San Francisco will get the football when we come back to Santa Clara. Your fantasy season was over? It's not. Play for free and you could win a trip to Super Bowl 50. Join today at NFL.com/playoff challenge. 8 plays, 73 yards. Eddie Royal on the receiving end of a perfect throw from Phillip Rivers. 15-yard touchdown. San Diego kicking it off. It's 21-7 San Francisco. Ellington moves forward from the 4, looking for blockers. Ellington gets around one tackler, and Ellington is hit from behind just across the 35-yard line by Sharice Wright. San Francisco up 21-7. Colin Kaepernick and the 49ers offense looking for more when we come back. Thursday Night Football Saturday edition is sponsored by Intuit QuickBooks, supporters of small business and all the ways they own it, and by Subway Restaurants. Subway is saying thanks this season with $2 subs. Levi's Stadium here in Santa Clara, California, the South Bay, 5 miles from San Jose. First 3 possessions for San Francisco. Don't forget that 7-play, 66-yard drive. They were looking for more points there, and Miller fumbled the football, so it's 21-0 San Francisco. The last 7 coming on the Bethea interception for a touchdown. 204 total yards for San Francisco. They had 245 total against Seattle last week. Give it to Gore. 4-yard gain for Gore, who's having a huge first half for the 49ers.
Yeah, on his second carry of the game, going to break out here and go 52 yards for the touchdown, breaking tackles, and then really giving this team a lift. Just what they needed in this type of game where they're really just playing for pride and their jobs.
110 rushing yards for Gore. San Francisco 30th in the NFL in scoring at home. We're down to 4:15 to play in this first half on a 2nd and 6. Gore gets it again. Gore keeps the legs churning. Short of a first down. Give him a gain of 4 on the play. The San Francisco team, Dan, was 7-4. Looked like the 49ers would be in the playoff chase, even though you didn't feel like they were playing great football. But a 3-game losing streak, first time that's happened under Jim Harbaugh. Another injury for San Diego. This time it's Brandon Flowers. Pro Bowler last year with Kansas City. Signed a 1-year, $3 million deal with the Chargers. Steve Williams would step in for Flowers as Marcus Gilchrist just went down to one knee.
It's been a busy evening so far for the Charger training staff. Chris Watt went down, is in the locker room now. Melvin Ingram back in the game after being on the field for a while, being attended to.
Already down Keenan Allen, the broken collarbone, Ryan Matthews, the ankle injury. Ladarius Green is not 100%, trying to bounce back from a concussion and an ankle problem. Flowers is up on his feet and walking off on his own power for San Diego.
This will bring up a third down. It's just a second third down situation for the 49ers. That's how effective their power running game has been in the first half. Gore averaging about 11 yards a carry. Thanks to that 52-yarder.
49ers have played well against AFC teams since 2011, 11-4 in interconference matchups. 3rd and 2 for San Francisco. Smith vacates the backfield, shotgun for Kaepernick. Big third down here for the San Diego D. They convert. Anquan Bolden hit from behind by Teo, but Bolden's got a first down.
Well, Bolden just a little slant route here right behind the linebackers. Once Smith shifted to the outside, the Chargers changed their defense, went to a zone, but it's the quickness of Bolden and the fastball from Kaepernick that gives the 49ers that 20-yarder.
Sets up San Francisco with a 1st and 10 at the San Diego 35. Bolden the motion man. 5 straight completions for Kaepernick. Give it to Gore, the patience, the vision.
And the power.
12 yards for Gore. Mike Iupati and Anquan Bolden with key blocks for Gore, who has been spectacular in this first half.
There's the left guard, Iupati, 331 pounds and really agile. As he comes off the double team and takes Teo out of the way, and the patience of Gore really set that up.
127 yards on the ground, 1 touchdown for Gore on a 52-yard scoring run. Same formation here for San Francisco. On 1st and 10, it's Gore. Something positive happens every time he touches the ball. That turns into a 5-yard gain. Again, it's Iupati. Flowers remains on the San Diego sideline.
Sean Lismore, the nose tackle for the Chargers, slow to get up.
And we hit the 2-minute warning here in the second quarter. San Diego, desperation mode for a Charger team trying to stay in the mix of the playoffs. They trail San Francisco 21-7. Coming up, Lexus halftime report. JB and the crew will break down all the first half action. Look ahead to tomorrow's big games. That's coming up on the Lexus halftime report. On a 2nd and 5 for San Francisco. 2 minutes to play first half. 21-7 lead for the 49ers. 6 offensive linemen. Jonathan Martin was in there. Ellington to the outside. Out of bounds, didn't get the first down. 4-yard pickup on the run by Ellington. Second carry for Ellington, covering 11 yards.
Yeah, it's really a good change-up for the 49er offense. So much power between the tackles and getting the fast Ellington on the perimeter.
3rd and 2. Kaepernick fires. It's complete. Anquan Bolden inside the 5.
Well, you talked about body language and a veteran type of receiver. Watch Bolden just stop on his route and wait. He knows that's the opening in the defense. Kaepernick finally finds him at the 5-yard line. And it's another positive play for the 49ers off the play action passing game.
Kaepernick said that he's been most impressed with Bolden's deep knowledge of the game, all facets of the offense. First and goal inside the 5. On a give, Gore is thrown down by Legion. Loss of 3 on the play.
Heck of a play by Legion, number 94, as he is being blocked by Upati. And he's just going to spike Frank Gore here. A little frustration coming out from the fine defensive end for the Chargers.
Second and goal for San Francisco. It's been a rough day for Rivers. 9 of 14, 83 yards, a touchdown, and 2 picks. Kaepernick is 8 of 9 for 81 yards and a touchdown. We're down to 35 seconds to play in this first half. Second and goal. Play clock is down to 1.
Timeout.
They got it.
Yep.
Harbaugh called it from the sideline. Stops the clock with 31 seconds remaining in the second quarter. We asked Harbaugh about Kaepernick. He said he's been solid. Need to get him into a rhythm early. Felt that San Diego is very good at disguising things, but Kaepernick has handled everything thrown his way.
Getting him into that rhythm has been number 21, Frank Gore. What a first half for Gore.
Second and goal for San Francisco after the timeout. 49ers have 2 remaining. Kaepernick looking to throw. End zone. Incomplete. Trying to find Ellington. Pressure coming from Getchkar, and a penalty marker is down at the 3.
Yeah, a couple of them in the secondary. Not good news for San Diego.
Well, Triplett is indicating
that may be a pick play. Offensive pass interference.
Eligible downfield on the forward pass. Number 76 is the offense. That penalty's declined. Third down.
That was going to be my third guess.
Is it multiple choice, Dan?
I hope so.
Anthony Davis, who had been inactive for a stretch after suffering a concussion back in mid-November against the Giants, seeing his first action tonight, starting at right tackle. Jonathan Martin, the former Dolphin, had stepped in for him in the interim. So back it up, third and goal for the 49ers. 27 seconds to play. First half. Gore in the backfield. Out of the gun. Kaepernick on the move. Kaepernick throws it away. And a flag is down in the end zone.
Yeah, Jeff Triplett just threw a flag on Melvin Ingram as he drilled Kaepernick across the white barrier. They're going to have 2 penalties on this play. Probably be offsetting. Looks like it might be holding in the end zone, but definitely personal foul on Ingram.
There are 2 fouls on the play. Holding, number 38 of the defense. That penalty's declined. Personal foul, hit out of bounds. Number 54 in the defense. That penalty be accepted. Half the distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
Took a shot from Ingram as he released it.
Oh, look how far out of bounds he is. Not only did he hit him out of bounds, he hit him with his helmet to Kaepernick's helmet. They may get into Ingram's wallet for that one.
First and goal at the 3 for San Francisco. 21 seconds left. They can run the football here because they have timeouts to work with.
And they've had Frank Gore.
Pretty good combination. 21-7 lead for the 49ers. They can increase it. Kaepernick throws. Broken up. Looking for Ellington in a matchup with Gilchrist.
Well, Ellington's been in the game a lot. He has that touchdown in the second quarter. Quentin Patton's been in the game, but Michael Crabtree is yet to be seen.
Little bit of Brandon Lloyd here and there, but it's been more of the youngsters, Ellington and Patton, playing alongside the veteran Bolden.
Well, this is a beautiful camera shot here. You see Gilchrist trying to get to that ball. Too hot for Ellington.
18 seconds left, 11th play of the drive. It is a running play, and Gore gets devoured. Kendall Reyes, first man there for San Diego, and a timeout called. 13 seconds left to play in this first half. San Francisco in front, 21-7. One timeout remaining. San Francisco, 14 seconds left on the clock, and it's 3rd and goal, just short of the 3-yard line for the 49ers.
And we've seen Kaepernick last couple of times rolling out to the left, which is a very difficult throw. Be a little bit wiser, though, to get him on the move to the right side where he has 3 receivers to work with.
Frank Gore is on the sideline for San Francisco on 3rd and goal for the 49ers. Kaepernick straight back, guns it, incomplete, and a flag down on the far side. Anquan Bolden, the intended receiver. 11 seconds left on the clock.
Chargers in the neutral zone, lining up offsides.
Offside. Number 97 in the defense. Lined up in the neutral zone. Half the distance to the goal. Repeat, 3rd down.
This has been a rough first half for the San Diego Chargers.
There's a tattoo. Clearly in the neutral zone. And remember, the neutral zone is the length of the football.
Oh, 11 seconds left. 3rd and goal for San Francisco. Smith in the backfield. Motion man Ellington. Ellington cuts it inside for the touchdown. Bruce Ellington has been a major factor in the first half. Sharice Wright injured on the play for San Diego.
Yeah, more missed tackles for San Diego. Melvin Ingram had a shot at Ellington right there. And how about Ellington, who goes about $197, breaks 2 tackles, runs over Sharice Wright, and gives the 49ers a huge lead here at the end of the first half.
Well, the training staff came rushing over after the play, and Sharice Wright is up on his knees. San Francisco 27-7 over San Diego with the extra point coming.
Well, Wright trying to stop Ellington by throwing his body, but Ellington going real low. We want to speculate, but that was a real hard hit to the side of the head of Sharice Wright.
After the score, unsportsmanlike conduct. Offense. Group celebrate. Demonstration in the end zone. That 15-yard penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
So penalty against San Francisco for a group celebration. Wright has been shaken up.
Haven't had a whole lot to celebrate lately. I'd give him a pass on that one, the way they're playing this first half.
Is that how the officials should view it, though?
Probably not.
From the announce booth, you give them a pass.
Well, you ever see officials celebrating? They don't know how to celebrate.
I think in the locker room after. High fives.
I don't know. You check that out for me, will you?
I'll report back to you.
You go in the referee's locker room.
I'll do an investigation for you. Deep undercover. Last time San Francisco had 28 points in a game was week 6 at St. Louis. They have put 28 on the board. They've got a big lead at home against San Diego. 12 plays, 64 yards. Ellington with a touchdown run. It took 5 minutes and 3 seconds for San Francisco to march down the field once again. Phil Dawson will kick it off to Chris Davis after the penalty. Returnable for Davis. Up the middle. Davis brought down across the 45, and that'll be the final play of this first half. The San Francisco 49ers 28, the San Diego Chargers 7. Chargers will get the football to open up the second half. But the Chargers entered action one game behind Pittsburgh and Baltimore, vying for a playoff spot in the AFC, tied with Kansas City and Buffalo. Jim Harbaugh's squad has got the advantage at the break. It's a San Francisco team that's just 3-3 at home in their first season at Levi's Stadium.
From Thursday
Coming up, Lexus Halftime Report. JB and the crew will break down all the action from this first half and look ahead to tomorrow's critical games. That's coming up on the Lexus Halftime Report. End of the first half at Santa Clara. 49ers 28, the Chargers 7. Lexus Halftime Report is coming up after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching Thursday Night Football, a special Saturday edition. Start of the second half here in Santa Clara, and the turf belongs to the 49ers. 28-7 lead on San Diego. Let's double check this highlight from the first half. It's presented by State Farm on the ground. Mike Upati pulling, Frank Gore, the stiff arm on Eric Weddle, and then Gore takes it all the way for the touchdown. That got San Francisco going, and they rolled in that first half. Welcome back here in the broadcast booth. Ian Eagle along with Hall of Famer Dan Fouts, Jenny Dell down on the sidelines. We know what's at stake here for San Diego. Chargers have had no answers for a San Francisco offense that had been dormant for quite some time, but the 49ers really have it rolling now.
Well, Gore's averaging 9 yards a carry. Kaepernick has carried it 3 times. He's averaging 13 yards a carry. They're getting him outside, and everything that he's completing is off the play action or the bootleg. So the power running game for San Francisco, overwhelming San Diego, and then the mobile quarterback embarrassing them on the perimeter.
San Diego will have the football to start this second half. San Francisco will kick it off with Phil Dawson. Chris Davis is deep in the end zone for the Chargers. 263 yards of offense in the first half for the 49ers. Davis will take a knee. San Diego will have it at the 20-yard line as we send it down to the field. Check in with Jenny Dell.
Well, head coach Mike Mccoy told me that they need to focus on basic fundamentals, that they can't worry about these injuries, and his message to the team at the half was really just focus on the next 30 minutes of football, and really providing energy to this team. And as far as Harbaugh goes, he said he knew that this team was coming in with a head-down, focused approach, and that's what they need to do to finish off this game here today.
Now, Jenny, we touched on it earlier in our meetings with San Francisco. Never once did they mention playing the role of spoiler or affecting San Diego's season. It was all about themselves. It was all about the 49ers.
They never even said San Diego or the Chargers. They were just talking about the job they have to do, and they have done it.
Touch pass, Rivers, too far. Trying to hit Brandon Oliver. Matched up with Nick Moody. The halftime numbers on the ground. 182 yards for San Francisco. Gore accounted for 129 of them and a touchdown. The 2 turnovers were 2 Phillip Rivers interceptions. One of them returned by Antoine Bethea for a touchdown. Most points that San Francisco has scored since week 6. Set it up for Royal. Eddie Royal going the other way. And Royal is brought down short of the line of scrimmage by Parrish Cox. So 3rd and long now for San Diego.
That's really one of San Diego's favorite little pass plays, getting Royal the ball. But normally he uses the blockers on that side of the field. Reversing his field, just a real poor decision for Royal.
No Ryan Matthews. He's out once again with the ankle injury, and they have missed him last week against Denver and this week here in Santa Clara. 28-7, San Francisco in front. This is a 3rd and 10 now for the Chargers. Rivers steps up. Rivers flip, almost picked off, and it would have been another touchdown. Ronnie Brown, the intended receiver, and Parrish Cox over there defensively for the Niners.
Yeah, this is 3 passes defense by Cox tonight. But Rivers not finding anyone initially, escapes the pocket here, and then just puts up a prayer to Ronnie Brown that should have been picked off by Cox.
San Francisco playing without Chris Borland, placed on IR, a left ankle injury, and without Ray McDonald. The team terminated its contract with the veteran defensive lineman, allegations of a sexual assault. Remember, there was a police investigation back in August for a domestic violence charge. Ellington is spun down on the return. They also lost Eric Reed in that first half to a concussion. So we'll keep it here. 13:51 to play in the third. San Francisco up big on San Diego. An excellent field position to open up the 49ers' first drive of the second half.
And obviously it's been Gore and Kaepernick, but they've also got contribution from Ellington with an 8-yard touchdown reception and a touchdown run to boost the lead to 28-7.
Kaepernick has a long run of 26. Gore, his longest run of the season, 52. First player this season to have a 52-yard rushing touchdown and a 50-plus yard receiving touchdown. Gore is stacked up. Melvin Ingram in on that stop. It's a 1-yard gain for Gore. Yeah, how about Kaepernick, Dan? Because you've had a chance now to see him and see the development. Where are the questions moving forward with Kaepernick?
I think his pocket awareness and throwing from the pocket, reading defenses, going through the progression. You see tonight, it's all been on the move where he's had the success out of the pocket. We know about that. What we don't know is can he be consistent as a drop back quarterback. Here he's on the move again.
Kaepernick trying to buy some time, throws a deep ball, and it's caught along the sideline by a Charger of some sort. He was looking downfield, but had to deal with pressure from Johnson and Teo.
But the big problem has been, I think, in just going through the progression instead of coming off your primary receiver and then looking for a place to run. Just going 1, 2, 3 and being patient in the pocket, being confident in your protection.
Do you get caught up in the mechanics with him? Is there something that needs to change? Kaepernick throws, and it's a dart to Bolden out of bounds.
It's funny you should ask that because that is his strength, throwing darts. And with a young quarterback, and remember, he is just in his 4th year. He has had really an outstanding career at times. Has been a winner for the 49ers, but I'd like to see him develop a little bit more touch.
They are going for it on 4th and 2 in San Diego territory from the 39. In no man's land right now for the 49ers, and a 28-7 lead. Frank Gore is in the backfield. Motion man is Vernon Davis, who does not have a catch. Kaepernick slips away and is hit behind the line of scrimmage. 49ers will turn it over on downs. Manti Te'o over there for San Diego. The Chargers will take over. They trail 28-7. Defensive stand for the San Diego Chargers. So Rivers and the offense take over with a 1st and 10 at the San Diego 41. Give it to Oliver. Not much there. Phillip Rivers, 10 of 17, 83 yards, a touchdown, and 2 interceptions.
He's battling ribs and back injury, and you wonder about his health. Underthrow there. There's a pick by Cox trying to get it to Azir Tutu, and then not seeing Bethea right in the middle as he tries to force it in to Antonio Gates.
The touchdown that he threw earlier to Eddie Royal gives him 249 in his career. Head injury for Leon McFadden. His return is questionable for San Francisco. Oliver is pushed forward. It's a gain of 4 out across the 45. Sets up 3rd down for San Diego. Tony Jared Eddy with a stop.
And at some point, Rivers is going to have to start featuring his playmakers on offense. Gates and Floyd. Floyd just 1 catch in the first half for 4 yards.
And now Dontrell Inman, the former CFL standout, checks in, looking for his first career NFL catch. Ronnie Brown set up as a receiver. Shotgun on a 3rd and 5. Quick hitter underneath, asking Royal to create. He will not. San Francisco is ready, led by Dante Johnson, the rookie out of NC State, and a flag is thrown. Injured 49er on the play is Aaron Lynch, who has stepped in for the injured Ahmad Brooks.
Delay of game. Offense number 11, spiking the ball inbounds. 5-yard penalty at the end of the play.
Now more frustration for San Diego and another injured linebacker for San Francisco.
So they're checking on the rookie out of South Florida, Aaron Lynch. Ahmad Brooks is inactive. Brooks dealing with a thumb injury. Eddie Royal spiked the ball at the end of the play, so the penalty called. Royal, we talked to him yesterday, he said the team talked about having that playoff mentality, felt that there were enough veterans on this roster to avoid having that sense of panic. But down 28-7, that panic might set in.
Now you can see it's a case of a player rolling. Gerard Eddy rolls into the back of the legs of Lynch. I thought it was interesting in talking to Mike McCoy that asked him about the playoffs. Oh, I don't use that word. That's the P word. We're talking about this being the tournament, and that the tournament has started. Well, for San Diego, the tournament is almost over.
Ellington, the return man. Flag thrown as Ellington is dropped at the 35. 2 flags on the play. Eric Weddle with a stop.
L.J. McCray got the penalty that will bring this one back inside the 15-yard line.
And Ellington is grabbing at the back of his right leg. Eric Weddle, his beard runneth over.
Definitely a hamstring injury. You can see him grabbing the back of his leg.
Weddle, who had actually dyed his beard white earlier this week. Santa Weddle. It's back to its natural color, Dan. That's a good update for you.
Yeah, that's a really good investigation.
2 fouls in the play. Illegal block in the back. Number 48, return team. That penalty's declined. Illegal block in the back, number 31 of the return team. That penalty is accepted. 10-yard penalty, first down. Timeout.
28-7, San Francisco still early in the third quarter. 49ers are in control for now. Out of the plaza here at Levi Stadium. Beautiful facility. First year for the 49ers playing here, but just 3-3 at home. Kaepernick able to find Bolden and turns it into a gain of a couple on the play. Kendall Reyes with a hit on Kaepernick. Monday, these geniuses can solve any problem, but they can't do it without each other. Don't miss the new hit series, Scorpion. That's Monday at 9, 8 Central, only CBS.
Charger defense could use a little Scorpion right now. That's a quarterback's nightmare, to come out of a play fake and have 2 linebackers staring you right in the face. Heck of a play by Kaepernick.
We approach the 10-minute mark of this third quarter, 28-7, 49ers in front. Back to the ground game, and Gore hit for no gain. Jared Johnson among those there for San Diego. Ellington is okay after grabbing that right leg. He's not going to give up chances to be a part of the offense for San Francisco. He's got a rushing touchdown and a receiving touchdown.
Yeah, Michael Crabtree standing on the sideline with a ball cap on and a towel around his neck. He left the game early.
Stevie Johnson, lingering knee injury since week 7. He is inactive for San Francisco. This is a 3rd and 8. Motion man is Patton for the 49ers. Working from the gun. Kaepernick throws a high throw on the crossing route by Patton. Well, Crabtree has not been a part of it for San Francisco. Crabtree, 63 catches, 652 yards, and 4 touchdowns in his 6th year with the 49ers. His future is a question mark as well for San Francisco.
I think they're leading the NFL in question marks.
They're number 1.
The big one, which accounts probably for 10 or maybe even more, obviously the head coach.
Andy Lee, his first punt of the game. He's averaging 47.2 yards per kick and a net of just over 40. Eddie Royal waiting for it. He has 2 career punt return touchdowns and a fair catch. He had room to work. The veteran Royal misjudged it. 47-yard punt. Chargers take over just short of the 41. They trail 28-7 on the road. Tomorrow on NFL Game Day Morning, the incredible story of an NFL star who gave up his career to save his brother's life. NFL Game Day Morning, that's tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern, live on NFL Network. Big possession here for San Diego, 28-7. The 49ers in front. Chargers have been limited to 142 yards of offense. Rivers on the flip for Donald Brown. Brown is dragged down, hit by Buffet, 4-yard pickup through the air.
Rivers so quick at getting the ball out from any arm angle. Dropped down to sidearm that time to get it out to Brown.
Aaron Lynch is back in there for San Francisco.
49er training staff doing a great job. I didn't think Ellington would return. The 49ers had the ball after grabbing his hamstring.
4 receivers set here for the Chargers on a 2nd and 6. We've got 8:44 to go in the 3rd. Rivers is under 100 yards throwing the ball. Rivers is over 100 yards throwing the ball. Malcolm Floyd on the deep connection, 26 yards.
And you talked about him averaging 17 yards a carry, a catch rather, and this is why. Great body control, 6'5", long arms, big hands, and a tough cover for Culliver.
Pretty easy choice there for Rivers. One-on-one coverage from Culliver, giving up a lot of inches. And now Rivers, 111 yards, 13 of 20, a touchdown, 2 picks. Rivers throws underneath. Catch is made by Inman. His first NFL reception, covers 5 yards for the Virginia product.
Yeah, really good catch by Inman. Ball thrown behind him.
Well, for Inman, getting opportunities because of that injury to Keenan Allen. Ajira Tutu has been targeted a couple of times, and now Inman will remain in there. 3 receivers set, shotgun for Rivers. He's got Donald Brown next to him. San Diego is driving. Rivers lets it fly. End zone, incomplete. Malcolm Floyd the target. Dante Johnson back there deep for San Francisco.
Well, Dante Johnson's a bigger corner at 6'2". Look how high he gets his hands between Floyd's hands, and that's just enough to make it a very difficult catch for Malcolm Floyd. A real good job by Dante Johnson, the rookie out of North Carolina State, which happens to be Phillip Rivers' alma mater.
3rd and 5 for San Diego. Just a 3-man rush. Rivers incomplete. Floyd, the intended receiver.
And they got to go for it now at 4th down, being down 21. Rivers is getting good pass protection. He's going to try to squeeze this one in to Floyd on the crossing route. And you'd have to give that a drop ball by Malcolm Floyd. That ball right to the body of Floyd by Rivers.
Nick Novak took a step out onto the field and was called back by the coaching staff. It would have been a 43-yard attempt. He had a field goal blocked last week against Denver by Derek Wolfe and then missed another. So this is a 4th and 5 for the Chargers. 7:15 to go in the 3rd. 21-point advantage for San Francisco.
Chargers just 1 of 5 on 4th downs this season.
Working from the gun. Pocket collapses. Gets it outside to Eddie Royal. And a 1st down for San Diego.
Well, it certainly looked like Rivers had drawn the 49ers off sides. But the anticipation and timing on this route is perfect. It's man-to-man. Royal against the safety, Dahl. And a huge 4th down conversion.
So Dahl has seen extended time because of that injury to Eric Reed. 1st and goal. Donald Brown pushing the pile. Brown can't quite get there. A 4-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and goal for the Chargers.
Brown has yet to rush for a touchdown with the San Diego Chargers. 17 rushing touchdowns as a member of the Indianapolis Colts.
San Diego working quickly here. San Francisco trying to make a substitution, and they use a timeout. 6:30 to play in the 3rd. It'll be 2nd and goal for the Chargers. Week 16 of the NFL season continues tomorrow on CBS and Fox. Check your local listings for the game in your area.
It's now time for the Safeway tailgater of the game.
Well, this is a San Diego team that got off to an excellent start this season. They were 5-1, then went on a losing streak, got back on track. Huge win in Baltimore, but then back-to-back losses to New England and Denver has put Mike McCoy's team in this situation. 8-6, and they do not control their playoff destiny.
Well, last year they were 5-7, needed to win out. They won 4 straight, and they got incredible help that pushed them into the playoffs. And that's what they're thinking, that they can do it again this year. Well, they've got to score immediately.
Second and goal for the Chargers. Tight formation. Green in motion. Give it to Oliver, going up high, and he is denied. Second effort didn't get him there. It's third and goal for San Diego.
Oliver not being able to get airborne here because of the penetration. You can see the center, Trevor Robinson, was just pushed back right into Oliver. And look at the sellout effort there by Dan Scuda going up high.
Aaron Lynch limped off on the previous play for San Francisco. Ninth play of the drive. Third and goal. Rivers to throw for it. He's got his man, Antonio Gates. Touchdown, Chargers.
Yeah, great play fake by Rivers to Oliver on the same type of action. And Gates just slips out, fighting against Aldon Smith there. And coming over too late's Culliver. Another touchdown reception for that duo, Gates and Rivers.
And another injury for San Diego. Johnny Troutman, the starter at right guard, punching the turf in frustration. 9 plays, 59 yards for San Diego.
Chargers are running out of offensive linemen.
Trevor Robinson is in at center. He replaced Chris Watt, out with an ankle injury. Troutman having a tough time walking on his own. Needs some assistance as he heads to the San Diego sideline. We've got 5:49 to play in the third quarter. Second touchdown for Phillip Rivers, and that gives him 250 for his career. Having a conversation with Frank Reich in his first year as offensive coordinator for the Chargers. 14-year playing career at the quarterback spot for Reich. Backing up Jim Kelly for so many years in Buffalo.
And really been a real benefit for Rivers because of Reich's experience with the K-gun, which is basically the no huddle that Jim Kelly ran so effectively with the Bills.
Reich was coaching the quarterbacks last year, so he and Rivers developed an excellent relationship. It's carried over to that offensive coordinator position, and the extra point is good. So San Diego still has a pulse thanks to the Rivers-Gates connection here in the third quarter. Phillip Rivers and the Chargers alive, but it's 28-14 San Francisco. Johnny Troutman is walking off here for San Diego. Already down their starting center, Chris Watt. Robinson is in there. Backups are Willie Smith and Jeremiah Searles. Ellington, the return man, off the kick by Novak. And he goes down, hit by Ajira Tutu on special teams. Tomorrow on 60 Minutes, Scott Kelly reports from Cuba on a historic shift in relations, plus a surprising interview with the godfather of the Tea Party, Senator Tom Coburn. That's tomorrow, only CBS. San Francisco outscored 86-43 in the third quarter this season. '49ers take over with a 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line. Frank Gore, 130 yards rushing and a touchdown. Kaepernick has 90 yards through the air and a touchdown. Give it to Gore. Chargers ready for it. They limit Gore to a 2-yard gain. Halapoy among those there for San Diego.
The Chargers defense doing a lot better job in the second half. That's just 3 yards rushing for Gore here in the second half. We talked about the no panic setting in for San Diego. They basically playing it one play at a time now, trying to get back into this one.
San Diego has won the last 3 meetings against San Francisco. They don't play all that often. The last one was December of 2010, a 34-7 win for the Chargers. Rivers, 3 touchdowns, all to Vincent Jackson. Kaepernick guns it, incomplete, trying to hit Patton. And all of a sudden, this San Francisco offense is struggling, but a penalty marker is down at the 34.
Boy, that you talk about a late flag. That was a late flag. They were already back in the huddle when that flag came down.
Steve Williams had the coverage.
Pass interference, defense number 23. Ball placed in the spot of the foul, first down.
Well, Williams replacing Brandon Flowers. And we'll see what he does with Quentin Patton here.
First and 10 at the 32-yard.
Boy, you talk about a ticky-tack call. Wow.
Obama!
It's all first down for San Francisco out across the 30-yard line. 5:01 remaining in the third.
Great!
Long count for Kaepernick on a give. Oh, Gore gets hammered at the line of scrimmage. Manti Te'o had his first career NFL sack earlier. There's no gain on the play. And Cavell Connor there defensively.
Well, they're just getting the linebackers closer to the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed off the ball with all the power for San Francisco. And San Francisco has another injury.
It is Marcus Martin, the rookie out of USC, starting center for San Francisco. Dylan Farrell would step in. We'll step aside. Here in Santa Clara, 28-14. That is not his natural hair color.
Really?
That's my speculation from this angle. Marcus Martin injured. Dylan Farrell is in. Kaepernick on a 2nd and 10. The dump off. And it's Alphonso Smith who picks up 4.5 on the play.
Job by Melvin Ingram. Ingram still limping just slightly as he goes back to the defensive huddle. Interesting that the Chargers communicator with the green dot on his helmet. Communication from the sidelines. John Pagano talking directly to Eric Weddle, the safety.
Marcus Martin is back in, replacing Farrell. Brandon Flowers has returned for San Diego. Shotgun on a 3rd and 5. Eric Weddle lines up right at the line of scrimmage and now loops to the other side. Kaepernick on 3rd down. A bullet in stride. Vernon Davis. Davis with a stutter step. And Davis knocked to the pylon. Touchdown, San Francisco. Jaleel Adai.
Bunch of flags, though, Ian, in the backfield and at the line of scrimmage.
Adai tried to hem him in. 3 flags at the 32-yard line. 63-yard pass play.
There are 2 fouls on the play. Illegal formation. Offense. Number 76 was not up on the line of scrimmage. That penalty is declined. Personal foul. Chop block. Offense. Number 21. It's a 15-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
Wow, doubleheader for San Francisco. Touchdown is off the board, and they lose 15 yards on the chop block.
Well, watch Gore here. Alex Boone is engaged with the blitzing linebacker there, Dwight Freeney. And because you can't go high and low, really disappointing for 49er fans and for Vernon Davis. He finally breaks out with a spectacular touchdown, but it's got to come back after that illegal play by Gore.
We asked Jim Harbaugh about the lack of production from Davis, and he said it's been puzzling. Harbaugh said that I keep thinking he's going to get it going, get one big play, and that'll catapult him.
Well, maybe that will be the play.
3rd and 20. Flag thrown. Kaepernick in trouble. Kaepernick. Oh, he loses the football. Trying to scoop it up and run it into the end zone. The ball bounces. San Diego believes it has a touchdown.
Well, Staley's in there fighting for it. And so is Atachu.
Is it a touchdown or is it a safety?
Well, there was a flag on the play as well.
They are peeling off the pile. Weddle holds his hands up. It's a touchdown for the Chargers. Oh, what a turn of events.
Looks like Legion on the bottom of the pile out-muscled Joe Staley, but there is a flag down at the line of scrimmage.
Multiple flags. The hit from Matthews.
Legion had a real shot at it. Watch number 94 here. He misses on the bounce, but was strong enough at the bottom of the pile to get it away from Staley.
Legion tried to scoop it up.
Mccoy, an injured 49er, being helped off the field. This is incredible tonight. All these injuries. It is that time of the year.
Kaepernick took a shot.
2 fouls on the play. Illegal formation. Number 74 of the offense. Off the line of scrimmage. That penalty is declined. The result of the play is a touchdown by San Diego. After the play is over, unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 74 of San Francisco. That 15-yard penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
What a sequence.
Well, you can almost imagine that Joe Staley at the bottom of the pile saying, I had the ball. And the officials come in and they see that Legion had it, more of the ball, so they give Legion credit for the touchdown.
And a huge swing there. Upati was injured on the play. They are checking on the 5-year veteran Mike Upati, 2-time Pro Bowler. Meanwhile, Nick Novak is on to cut this to a 7-point game. We have 3:26 to play in the third quarter. Kaepernick turns it over. Ball was knocked free. San Diego ends up with it in the end zone for the touchdown.
And really, the 49ers, who looked so good in the first half, could not look worse here in the second half.
Another angle. Legion was there first. Staley got his left arm in there, and then it was just an all-out scrum. Staley still upset. The penalty called against Staley.
But again, we go back to the hesitation and the lack of reading the defense by Kaepernick, allowing the defensive line to get in on him, not protecting the ball when you're deep in your own end of the field where a turnover it can happen and bad things. Obviously a touchdown. Kaepernick trying to escape the pocket.
San Francisco had allowed 49 sacks coming into the game tonight.
And you know who got that sack was Dwight Freeney, number 111 in his career. That was after the illegal block by Frank Gore on Freeney as he was looking for his first sack.
7-time Pro Bowler. They kick it now from the 50. And Parrish Cox is the deep man for San Francisco.
49ers anticipating an onside kick here with 10 players within 15 yards of the ball.
28-21, San Francisco. Novak puts it up in the air. Cox has to return this. He called it up to 2. And Cox can't get upfield. He's out of bounds just across the 5-yard line. Let's check in with our rules expert, Mike Carey. What did you see on that play, Mike, that just transpired?
Well, one thing that some people may be questioning was that Kaepernick's hand was coming forward before the ball came loose with control. However, this was not a passing action as the ball came forward after being hit by the defender. And so that is not a passing action. Fumble rule on the field was correct.
So the fumble and recovery in the end zone. The question really became who had the football. If it was San Francisco, it would have been a safety. San Diego comes away with it, and it's a touchdown. Mike Upati is on the field for San Francisco. 49ers have now been outscored 93-43 in the third quarter this season. Frank Gore trying to reestablish him, and Gore is chopped down. A gain of 3 on the play. Cavell Connor combining with Eric Weddle, and what a shift here in Santa Clara, with the Chargers now down by 7.
And with the Chargers, they've done it with their defense here in the second half. The adjustments of John Pagano getting linebackers Cavell Connor, Freeney, and Taiteo all more involved in the run defense.
Colin Kaepernick facing a 2nd and 7 now, under 3 minutes to play in the third. Kaepernick to throw it, or Willie. Kaepernick, long strides. Kaepernick with a flag down. Stutter step move, Kaepernick breaking to the clear. It's a foot race, and nobody will catch Colin Kaepernick. Touchdown on a 90-yard run. Penalty marker back at the 23.
This one's going to stand. Going to be against San Diego. And what a run by Kaepernick.
Illegal contact, number 38 in the defense. That penalty is declined. Is over the play as a touchdown.
An eruption here at Levi Stadium after the 90-yard run by Kaepernick.
There's the contact on Bruce Miller, and now Miller turns into a blocker. There's the escape route out of the pocket. Got the first down here, a move on Weddle, and see you later.
The raw speed of Kaepernick, those long strides at 6'4", 230. And just like that, the 49ers answer. It is the first rushing touchdown of the season for Colin Kaepernick.
And a career long as well. And just what the 49ers needed, it looked like they were just floundering throughout this third quarter.
Phil Dawson on for the point after. It wakes the crowd up as well. 35-21, 49ers. Colin Kaepernick, 129 yards rushing, and that 90-yard touchdown. It is the second longest run from scrimmage in 49ers history. Garrison Hurst had a 96-yard touchdown run against the Jets to win the game back in 2008.
I think one of the first games of the season.
1998, and it was. It was the season opener.
But what an answer, though. And again, it's the natural athletic ability of Kaepernick that pays off. Drop back pass, didn't like what he saw an opening in the pass rush, and made one move on Eric Weddle. Lismore misses him there. Again, it's a missed tackle by the Chargers. What a move right there. Freezes Weddle. And Weddle can't close.
The multi-dimensional Colin Kaepernick. Eric Weddle giving chase. But it's San Francisco now in front by 14. Dawson kicks it off. Chris Davis returning it, and he will not come out of the end zone. Chargers will have it at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, the Chargers had it all going. They got the bad kickoff return by Cox after the penalty on Staley, where the Chargers kicking off from the 50. They stopped the 49ers on first and second down, then give up that run. Man, what a run.
We asked Kaepernick about these last two games, and he said the team still had things to prove. You got the sense that he had some things to prove. They believe they're a quality team that just has not caught the brakes this year, unlike previous years. Rivers now. On a flip. Oliver circles to the outside. And Oliver dishing it out, leaning forward for a pickup of 12 off the catch.
Oliver's had a great night coming out of the backfield and catching those little dump-offs from Phillip Rivers. 3 catches for 29 yards, and it did make Moody miss.
Dan, no Chris Watt, no Johnny Troutman. Robinson in for Watt, and Jeremiah Searles, a rookie from Nebraska, is in for Troutman on that right side. On first down, Rivers too high, and Oliver takes a shot from Moody. Remember, it was Moody last week, that controversial rushing the passer call. NFL announced that no flag should have been thrown when Moody hit Russell Wilson. That kept the Seattle drive alive, and they ended up getting a touchdown. Too much for San Francisco.
Yeah, that play there is called payback. Moody got embarrassed on the previous play by Oliver, and got his coming back.
2nd and 10 for the Chargers. A minute 44 to go in the third. Rivers fires it complete. He's got Inman. Dontrell Inman has a first down. That's a 19-yard catch. And they'll move the chains for San Diego.
Inman made an impression in the preseason, running routes just like that. He's a very good route runner. Doesn't have a whole lot of speed, but he's very disciplined and runs an excellent in-cut like that.
First 2 catches of his career, and he is seeing action in front of Shea Ajira-Tutu, who had a couple of drops in the first half. Keenan Allen is out with a broken collarbone. On first down, hooking a pass, too high, and it's intercepted. Picked off for the 3rd time. Chris Culliver into San Diego territory. Game changer.
Now Rivers was hit by Michael Wilhoit on the blitz. He could not step into this throw, so it sailed high, and it was an easy pick in the secondary.
He threw it right to Culliver over the head of Dontrell Inman, the intended receiver.
You can see Wilhoit beating the block of Brandon Oliver.
Phillip Rivers, 18 of 29, 168 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. For Culliver, that's his 3rd INT of the season. So first down for San Francisco in San Diego territory. We are under a minute to go in the third. 352 total yards for a 49ers offense that has been struggling. No gain there. In fact, a loss of a yard. Frank Gore, Corey Leggett in on that play along with Kendall Reyes for San Diego. This is a San Francisco team that has 16 players on IR. Big names, too.
Many of them on the defense, and the defense has just been stellar.
Patrick Willis, Navarro Bowman in particular. Berlin, who had stepped in and had been a revelation for the 49ers. He's now done for the season. Give it to Gore, and that will be the final play of the third quarter. Tackle made by Cavell Connor. End of the third, 35-21, San Francisco in front. We'll return to Santa Clara after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching Thursday Night Football, Saturday edition. A look at our nationwide cable cam.
I know what I want for Christmas.
That?
Yes.
Is that coming from me?
Okay, that's fine.
Maybe the crew can chip in for you, Ben.
I don't care. I want it.
3rd and 7. Just to follow you around your entire life. Michael Crabtree is in for San Francisco. A flag is down. Kaepernick throws out along the sideline. It's incomplete. Quentin Patton, the intended receiver. Defended there by Steve Williams. Flag thrown. Crabtree had the baseball cap
formation.
on.
Offense, number 74 is not up on the line of scrimmage. That privilege decline. 2nd down.
Well, no, it was 3rd down, so it's 4th down. Thanks, Jeff. Joe Staley, the veteran, had a couple penalties work against him. And San Francisco will punt. Just underway here in the 4th. Eddie Royal waiting for it at the San Diego 5. Andy Lee, a 3-time Pro Bowler for San Francisco. Trying to place this one inside the 20. Fair catch. And he does his job at the 11. That's where San Diego will have it.
Yeah, it was certainly an unusual third quarter for San Diego and the 49ers. That Gates touchdown made it 28-14, and then this sack by Freeney, forced fumble by Matthews, and touchdown by Legion. And how about Colin Kaepernick answering with a 90-yard sprint to the end zone. Then the last time out, the hit by Will Hoyt on Rivers forces that high throw, picked off by Culliver.
San Diego down by 14. They've got the football here in the fourth. On first down, Rivers. Flag is down. Culliver got his hand on it in a matchup with Inman. Culliver pointing in the other direction. Not going to get his wish.
A lot of flags tonight, aren't we?
Pass interference, defense number 29. Ball will be placed in the spot of the foul, first down.
That is number 7 on San Francisco. 8 penalties charged to San Diego.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
But Culliver had a pretty good grip on Inman's jersey.
First down for the Chargers. From the 23. Rivers over the middle. And a diving catch made by Eddie Royal. So San Diego picks up 18 yards on the pass from Rivers.
Royal really does a nice job working out of the slot, something that he had to learn with the help of the great Hall of Fame wide receiver Charlie Joyner when Charlie was the receiver coach for the Chargers. Great effort that time by Royal.
8 catches, 66 yards, and a touchdown. Give it to Donald Brown, and Brown is hit after the gain of 1. So Mike McCoy's team, 8-6. McCoy in his second year as the head coach of the Chargers. He is a Bay Area native from Novato, California, San Marin High School. Actually had a very brief cup of coffee with the San Francisco 49ers as a quarterback. 1997, he was brought in when Steve Young had a concussion into training camp. Did not make the active roster. He became a 49er fan during his high school days. He loved that Montana Rice connection. Growing up as a young kid, for some reason he gravitated towards the Dallas Cowboys. Rivers through the hands of Donald Brown. It's incomplete.
Yeah, and Mike McCoy was a 49er when he played at Long Beach State.
Well, now you're going deep.
Well, it's that time of night, isn't it?
It is.
And he transferred to the University of Utah. But having that experience as a quarterback has helped Frank Reich and Phillip Rivers.
And the other connection with the 49ers, his first coaching job was under George Seifert, not in San Francisco, but in Carolina. This is a 3rd and 9. Play clock is down to 3. 13:26 to go in the 4th. Rivers out of trouble. Upstairs. Juggle. Incomplete. Donald Brown. Rivers gave his receiver a chance at it, but Craig Dahl and Nick Moody back there.
That's an incredible throw. He's running to his left, has to get it over the arm of Moody perfectly to Brown, and Brown can't make the catch. You got to make that catch if you're thinking about the postseason.
The punt from McBride. Cox lets it go over his head, and it rolls into the end zone. The 49ers will have it at the 20-yard line. We've got 13:10 to play in the 4th. Thursday Night Football Saturday edition in Santa Clara. The 49ers 35, the Chargers 21. San Diego trying to stay in the playoff picture in the AFC. San Francisco dealing with a 3-game losing streak. They've already been eliminated in the NFC playoff picture. Hand off to Frank Gore. Sharice Wright has a concussion. He is out, will not return for San Diego. Corey Legit with the hit on Gore.
And the Chargers done a great job on Gore in the second half. That's 8 carries for Gore for just 12 yards. After gaining 129 in the first half.
And most of that damage was in the first quarter, just under 100. A 52-yard touchdown run to open things up for San Francisco. It's a pitch for Smith. Smith has some room. He's got a first down. Accelerates near the 35. Good block by Staley on that left side, springing Smith for 12. The numbers, Kaepernick, 95 yards through the air, 129 on the ground, a 90-yard touchdown run for Kaepernick, and a touchdown pass as well. Frank Gore, 22 carries, 141 yards, and the 1 rushing touchdown. 296 rushing yards for San Francisco. First down for the 49ers. Kaepernick on a quick hitter. Gets it to Quinton Patton on the outside for a 4-yard pickup. You know, the Jim Harbaugh story has been dominating the news, Dan, and obviously the big question is, where does he go? Where does he end up? The other question is, how did we get to this point? How did the 49ers get to the point where they're 7-7 and they're talking about one of the most successful coaches in the NFL moving on to another job, whether it's in the league or within college football?
Well, it started beginning of the year when the contract negotiations broke down, and that's when all the rumors started. Harbaugh's a hot commodity because of his success at both the college level and the NFL.
Frank Gore up the gut for another San Francisco first down. Harbaugh has 1 year left on a 5-year, $25 million contract.
But when you don't know if your head coach is going to be there for the next season, it affects the entire team, because a new coach comes in, he may change the system, he may change, he's definitely going to change players to fit his new system. So a lot of uncertainty on both sides of the ball, and it's reflected in their 7-7 record coming into tonight. But they're playing loose and free tonight. There's no question about that. All the pressure's off the 49ers.
Harbaugh and GM Trent Baalke were pushing all the right buttons with this organization the last 3 years. Flag down. But a breakdown apparently in that relationship, and a timeout.
Before the delay of game, timeout, San Francisco.
So 49ers use a timeout. We've got 10:27 to play here at Levi Stadium. The 49ers in front. 49ers Hall of Fame. If you're familiar with some of those jerseys.
Looking at that $1 million backfield of Tittle, McElhaney, Perry, and John Henry Johnson.
Bringing you back to your youth. Kaepernick throws, incomplete. Trying to hit Anquan Bolden. Steve Williams there defensively for San Diego.
23, Steve Williams on the coverage. 7-7 to 49.
Well, under Harbaugh, this team has been a consistent winner. 48-21-1 overall in his 4 years as head coach. NFL Coach of the Year in 2011. 3 straight NFC Championship appearances. Lost in the Super Bowl, of course, to his brother John and the Baltimore Ravens. On the delay, Gore picks up only a yard on the play.
Yeah, you get back to that Super Bowl loss. One play, the very last play of the game. A rollout by Kaepernick, trying to hit Crabtree at the goal line, just inside the goal line, for what would have been a winning touchdown. One play away from being Super Bowl champs. And that's kind of been the theory or the thought that we've heard from Kaepernick a little bit about one play here and there. This season we could be 10-4 instead of 7-7.
And he said nobody would be talking about the demise of the 49ers. But he said that's how it works. He understands it. They've benefited from those one plays here and there in previous years as well. Kaepernick pushed out of bounds, picks up 3 on the scramble. Flowers among those there for San Diego. So San Francisco will punt. Clock is rolling with 9:28 left in the fourth quarter. 35-21 49ers.
And for San Diego, time running out. They need to make some type of big play, something they haven't been able to do so far tonight. Special teams have been non-existent. Going against a great punter like Andy Lee, tough here. It's like they're going to try and block it, though.
Royal standing at his own 8-yard line. Lee with a high punt. Royal gets under it. Fair catch. Just short of the 15. 32-yard punt, but well placed by Lee. San Diego has 8:55 to work with. They're down by 2 touchdowns.
We're here in Santa Clara where the score is 35-21. the 49ers are up. And we'd like to say this is somewhat of a homecoming for the Fouts family. Dan Fouts up in our booth is from this area here in San Francisco. He was born and raised here, going to high school in St. Ignatius, which is in the Bay Area, clearly moving on to be a star quarterback at the University of Oregon and the Hall of Fame quarterback that we know. But also his father right there, Bob Fouts, was a legendary announcer in the Bay Area, the voice of the 49ers for around 20 years. Just a great story between father and son, whose common thread is San Francisco. Dan?
Well, thanks for that, Jenny. Trip through, this is my life, I guess. I appreciate it.
That's right. We have your third grade teacher here. We'd like to, no, we don't have that for you, Dan. But also we have to add your father, Bob, who is a gentleman and a San Francisco Radio Hall of Famer. His 93rd birthday yesterday.
Yesterday. We had a wonderful celebration on Thursday.
What?
And he's watching as he watches every 49er game.
8:26 to play in the fourth quarter. Rivers to throw it on 2nd and 4. Deep ball is incomplete. The biggest shocker for me on a personal level, we've grown very close here over the last 5 years, Dan. It was my understanding that you came out of the womb with a beard. I did not know that photos existed of you sans the beard.
Well, actually, I was carried in the womb to Kezar Stadium.
That's true, right?
Yeah, my mom brought all 5 of us kids to games in Kezar. And, you know, the thing that Jenny didn't add was that I was a ball boy for the 49ers.
That's right.
I think I'm the only Hall of Fame ball boy. You know, I know the Charger thing was good, but it started on the sidelines at Kezar Stadium.
All right, we're going to check on that. We'll have our research staff look into the Hall of Fame ball boy connection.
Good luck.
Never grew it out quite like this, though. Eric Weddle, the full beard. Another injury, Parrish Cox. He is walking off for San Francisco. 8:21 to play in the fourth. Marcus Cromartie will step in for Cox.
Aren't there about 20 Cromartie defensive backs in the NFL?
They are.
And they're all good.
They're all multiplying, apparently.
Yeah.
He is part of the Cromartie cousins in the NFL. Antonio Dominique Rogers. Cromartie formerly with San Diego and the Cleveland practice squad. 3rd and 4 for the Chargers.
Lucy! Fluker!
San Francisco up by 14. Rivers under pressure. He's got Gates for a first down across the 40-yard line. Rivers is on time for 22 yards.
You can't sell Rivers short or Gates short. No better fighter at quarterback than Phillip Rivers. He's only down 2 touchdowns and a lot of time left. Remember what he did against the Baltimore Ravens not too long ago.
That was San Diego's last win. Back-to-back losses to New England and Denver the last 2 weeks. Rivers too high for Inman in a matchup with Cromartie. Stops the clock, 7:40 to play in the fourth.
Chargers really feeling the absence of Keenan Allen. Allen with 77 catches this season. Broke his collarbone last week. And you can see that Rivers is a little bit off when he's throwing to Azir Tutu or Inman.
San Diego, only team in the NFL to have 4 players with at least 589 receiving yards and 4 touchdowns. But the absence of Allen has been evident. Rivers, a strike. Inman going upstairs for a 19-yard reception. And they are in San Francisco territory. Keenan Allen, the numbers in his second year. Allen had a terrific rookie season with 71 catches, 1,046 yards, and 8 touchdowns. The Cal product, 3rd-round pick.
Lucy! Rocket!
And he actually dropped in the draft because of various injuries. Broken collarbone for Allen. And ankle trouble keeping him out of this one. Inside the 40. Rivers The throw to the outside. Inman continues to see a lot of action here.
And Rivers is hot right now, and he's getting good pass protection. That's a dangerous combination for this 49er defense.
Phillip Rivers, 22 of 38, 239 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. 7-yard catch made by Inman. 5 grabs for 56 yards. 2nd and 3. Rivers throws too low. He bounced it in the direction of Royal. Rivers was dealing with some heat from Jared Eddy.
Yeah, remember, he's got a bad back and he's got bad ribs, and he's going to take a shot like this trying to step into this throw. It's a good, clean hit. You can see that Jared Eddy got the message from Ed Hockley, keep your head up when you're making a tackle. The call on Nick Moody last week was ridiculous in Seattle.
Rivers and the Chargers facing a 3rd and 3. Donald Brown in the backfield. Rivers fires. Oh, great hands! And the catch made by Inman. They'll move the chains. 6-yard grab.
Taking full advantage of his opportunity tonight. Again, he's done this a couple of times tonight. Way out, away from his body, reaching out and plucking it out of the sky.
San Diego on the move at the 26 of San Francisco. 35-21. 49ers in front. We are under 6 minutes to play. Working from the gun. Protection is there. Rivers hits Brown in stride with a penalty marker thrown in the secondary at the 14-yard line. Tackle made by Nick Moody of San Francisco.
Illegal contact. Defense number 37. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
And you know what this does? Sure, it gives you a first down and gives you a couple of yards and everything, but stops the clock. It's like a timeout for the Chargers. You know, when you ever see a defensive back with the number 47 this time of the year, that's who you go after.
Parrish Cox returns for San Francisco. Second half, Rivers has found a rhythm. 7 penalties costing the 49ers 82 yards. From the 21. Rivers pulls the trigger. Wide open. Touchdown. Antonio Gates. The Chargers have climbed back into it. 21-yard hookup.
Well, if you give Rivers time to throw, he's going to carve you up. He's going to find Antonio Gates right side of the screen. And the 49ers just dropped the coverage here. He goes right by the corner on that side. And Rivers sees him all the way.
That is 12 touchdowns for Antonio Gates, capping off a 9-play, 85-yard drive. Gates last week joined Rob Gronkowski as the only tight end to have 4 seasons with at least 10 touchdowns. And more importantly here, San Diego is down by just 7. 3rd touchdown pass of the night for Phillip Rivers. Tight one in Santa Clara. Thursday Night Football Saturday edition is sponsored by T-Mobile and by State Farm. Pump up your savings with a discount double check today. 4th quarter action here at Levi Stadium. Rivers and Gates, 72 combined touchdowns. That's the most in NFL history by a quarterback tight end tandem. 2 more on the ledger tonight.
And for Antonio Gates, 99 career touchdown receptions. Can you say Hall of Fame?
Hall of Fame. Nick Novak on the kickoff. Return man is Parrish Cox. He will take it out of the end zone. Cox off the stutter step move. Cox working the sideline. Brought down. A breakdown for San Diego at a critical moment. Steve Williams helped save the touchdown. It's a 57-yard return. 49ers have it in San Diego territory.
We go.
One good play at a time.
How did he do it? Can you believe it? Touchdown, Cowboys!
That's Cowboy football.
Andrew Luck and the Colts square off with Tony Romo and the Cowboys in Dallas tomorrow. That's the second game of a huge doubleheader here on CBS. Early games include Kansas City at Pittsburgh. And a handoff for Gore. Picks up 3 yards on the play. We are under 5 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Gore has 156 yards on the ground. San Francisco has 314 yards rushing. That's 14 yards away from a franchise record set back in December of 1998 against Detroit, 328. Second and 7, 49ers taking their time. San Diego has all 3 timeouts left.
314 is what they average in total offense this season.
On second down, Patton the motion man for San Francisco. Keep it on the ground. Gore slices for 2. Lismore is there for San Diego. This is a must stop for San Diego.
Yeah, they've got all 3 of their timeouts, and make a stop here, you can save your timeouts. If you don't make a stop here, you're going to have to start using them.
John Pagano's defense came up big a few weeks ago against Baltimore late in that game when the Ravens were trying to put the game away. All they needed was a first down to seal it, but the Chargers stopped them. This is a 3rd and 5 for San Francisco. From the Chargers 40-yard line, Kaepernick design run. Kaepernick does not have the angle and he's out of bounds. The Chargers have done the job defensively.
Yeah, just tremendous defense. This was a run all the way for Kaepernick. You can see he's got blockers out in front, but San Diego looking for this run from Kaepernick. They saw it last week against Seattle and string him out all the way to the sideline.
3:38 left on the clock.
That's the other thing. They forced him out of bounds. Stop the clock.
Andy Lee will punt it. Eddie Royal, the returner at the 9.
I mean, Kaepernick's got to go down there and force the Chargers to use a timeout or have the clock keep running. Delay a game.
Delay of game offense. That penalty is declined. Still 4th down.
Well, San Diego doesn't want to give San Francisco more room to work with here, so Lee will do it from the same spot. Royal now hovering around the 10-yard line. He'll back it up to the 8. 3:38 to play. Lee has placed 2 of his 3 punts inside the 20 tonight. High kick. Royal ranges over. This one ricochets to the end zone. The Chargers catch a break. San Diego will have it at the 20. A 41-yard punt, but a net of 21. The Chargers at 8-6, 1 game behind Pittsburgh and Baltimore. Cincinnati is 9-4-1, and the Chargers are tied with Kansas City and Buffalo still in the hunt. Two wins does not ensure them a playoff spot. They would still need help.
And even a loss tonight doesn't mean they're totally eliminated. They would need a lot of help if they lose tonight.
Still make the playoffs with a 9-7 record. They are at Kansas City to wrap up the regular season next week. 35-28 San Francisco. Chargers with a football. A 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. 3.5 minutes to work with. Flag is thrown. Rivers fires low for Gates. Incomplete. Could have been an offside.
Yep, Niners lining up in the neutral zone.
Offside defense, number 96. 5-yard penalty, still 1st down.
It's Corey Lemonier. Offsides. So here are the schedules for the teams that San Diego is battling with for a playoff spot. Cincinnati takes on Denver. That's a Monday night game. Pittsburgh meets Kansas City, and Baltimore faces Houston.
Hey, you'd think Baltimore would have the easier of the 3, but who would have thought that Washington would beat Philadelphia tonight?
First and 5 for the Chargers from the 25. Rivers lofts it high and incomplete. Gates in the vicinity, but couldn't get a clean break.
Good job by Michael Wilhoit that time, keeping Gates from getting to that pass. Rivers smartly threw it over both players' heads. Saved the yardage and the time on the clock.
3:21 to play in the fourth. San Francisco holding on to a 7-point lead.
Some discussion whether this is intentional grounding. If Triplett saying that Rivers wasn't under pressure, I saw guys rushing him. Quarterbacks are always under pressure.
So it's 2nd and 5 for San Diego. No intentional grounding on the play against Rivers. Rivers lines it up, and his throw is on time to Malcolm Floyd. Brought down by Cox. It's a first down for the Chargers, covering 10 yards.
Yeah, but Floyd's got to make this catch and go out of bounds and stop the clock. Good route to the outside, but right now just lower your shoulder and let Cox take you out of bounds instead of cutting back inside and wasting time.
3 timeouts remaining for San Diego. 2:52 left on the clock. Rivers working from the gun. Rivers underneath to the veteran Ronnie Brown. Makes one cut and dances his way to a pickup of 9 on the play. Fakes out Dante Johnson. That's a veteran against a rookie, and the veteran wins.
Yeah, a veteran with 246 career catches out of the backfield wins.
2nd and 1 for San Diego. San Francisco making a substitution as the Chargers work quickly here through a lane. And it's Ronnie Brown with a first down. Banged down inside the 45 of the 49ers. 11-yard gain.
But now you can tell which team is fighting for a playoff spot and which team is looking at the offseason.
That will take us to the 2-minute warning in a 7-point game. San Diego fighting to stay alive for the playoffs in the AFC. Coming up, Mazda postgame show. JB and the crew will have all of the highlights and a look ahead to tomorrow's key games. That's coming up on the Mazda postgame show. 3 timeouts remaining for San Diego. 2 minutes on the clock. Chargers have it in San Francisco territory, down by 7.
And the timeouts really tell a story with San Diego with all 3 of theirs. But remember the 49ers, to avoid having delay of game penalties called against their offense, have burned 2 of their timeouts. So if San Diego were to go down and score the tying touchdown, it's up for the 49ers to respond with just 1 timeout.
From the 45 of San Francisco. 2 minutes left. Shotgun for Rivers. Rivers out of the pocket, throws, incomplete. Threw it near the feet of Malcolm Floyd. Jared Eddy put the pressure on Phillip Rivers at 2nd and 10.
Again, a smart move by Rivers, getting out of the pocket, knowing he's not going to get away from Jared Eddy, and avoiding the sack.
We're down to 1:56 to play. Ronnie Brown remains in the backfield. Rivers swings it over the middle. Antonio Gates with the grab. Michael Wilhoit leading that charge for San Francisco, limiting Gates to 8 yards. Didn't get the first down.
Yeah, but they moved the ball, and they obviously, this point of the game, 2 downs to get the first down. But if you go back to that Baltimore game, it was about the same spot on the field where Rivers launched the ball down the field to Malcolm Floyd, and then subsequently scored on the little screen pass to Eddie Royal.
San Diego uses a timeout. They've got 2 remaining with 1:35 to play. Aldon Smith leaving. Now on the San Francisco sideline.
And what the 49ers got to be careful about here is that Rivers been so effective coming off to his running backs. First it was Brandon Oliver, and then lately Ronnie Brown. So Rivers, if he doesn't like it down the field, will not take a sack. He'll find somebody.
Hey, Dan, they charged the 49ers with a timeout because of the Aldon Smith injury.
Wow.
So San Diego still has all 3 remaining. That's under 2 minutes to go with an injury.
That's right.
They take the timeout away from San Francisco. The 49ers are out of timeouts.
And those delay of game penalties, the 49ers lead the NFL in delay of game penalties this year, trying to avoid that. Burn 2 here in the second half.
Dan Skuta steps in for Aldon Smith. This is a 3rd and 2 for the Chargers. Working out of the gun, Rivers. 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions tonight. Rivers, pump. Out of the pocket. Look out! Rivers loses the ball! San Diego was there. Dan Skuta, who replaced Aldon Smith, gets to the quarterback, but it's Reinhardt on the recovery for the Chargers.
Yeah, he's trying to throw the wheel route to Ronnie Brown outside, and Brown covered on the sidelines there. Did not head up the field. Heads up by Reinhardt to get on that loose ball.
It's a loss of 4 on the play. Skuta gets credit for the sack. And now San Diego faces 4th down.
Now this is where the 49ers have got to be aware of Antonio Gates. They got the interception returned for a touchdown by Antoine Bethea in the first half when they were double teaming Gates. Double teaming Gates would be a good idea here.
4th and 6.
The Chargers have split Gates out wide against Culliver.
San Diego fighting for its playoff life on the road in Santa Clara. They trail by 7, 1:35 to play, and a 4th and 6 for the Chargers. '49ers crowd the line.
Yeah, Rivers saw that too. He's changing the play.
Rivers makes an adjustment. On 4th down, here comes the rush. Rivers steps up, rifles over the middle. It's caught by Royal. First down, Chargers. Clutch, 17-yard reception.
Great protection for Rivers, and then look at this catch with Bethea right on his back. Royal lays out and hauls it in. Great coverage by Bethea. Even better catch by Royal.
We're down to 1:14 left. They will review it. Under 2 minutes left. Everything reviewed. Upstairs, no coach's challenge. Is this a clean catch for Eddie Royal? Now, certainly looks like it.
Yeah, you don't see any bobble there. He cradles it, pins it against his chest, goes to the ground. That's a catch.
Line of scrimmage will be the 26-yard line.
I mean, you consider the circumstances. That's the ball game there. Not only the ball game, but that's your best shot at perhaps the playoffs.
The ball game and potentially your season on the line. And the veteran Eddie Royal.
Ruling on the field is confirmed. It is a catch.
The protection against the blitz. Rivers knew he had man-to-man coverage. I'm not sure he was anticipating Bethea having that great of coverage. Just a better catch.
New set of downs for San Diego. Still alive at the San Francisco 26. Rivers chucks it at the feet of Brown. Incomplete.
Yeah, he knew that he didn't have anything with that screen pass to Brown. The 49er linebackers were standing right in front of Brown. So again, another smart play by Rivers to just kill that ball, throw it in the ground.
Pressure building here on San Diego. At 8-6, a game behind Pittsburgh and Baltimore in the AFC playoff race. They're down by a touchdown with just over a minute to play. 2nd and 10. Rivers steps up. Rivers fires. Incomplete. He was looking for Eddie Royal in the end zone. Not quite enough on it for Phillip Rivers, who was dealing with pressure.
Yeah, Quentin Dial is going to overpower Trevor Robinson and right into the knees of Rivers. That's why he couldn't get enough on this ball. Can't step up into the pocket there. Great pass rush that time by Dial.
Now it's 3rd and 10 for San Diego.
Bama.
Under a minute to play. Operating from the gun. Rivers pulls the trigger. Incomplete. Malcolm Floyd locked up by Chris Culliver, and it's 4th down.
Rivers anticipating a back shoulder throw to Floyd that time. Floyd, with the tight coverage by Culliver, decided to keep going down the field.
San Francisco trying to seal it.
They got Gates and Royal side by side.
Could be the last chance for San Diego. 54 seconds to play. 4th and 10. Rivers steps up, hooks a pass. It's caught. Inman works his way inside the 10. Phillip Rivers delivers.
Well, he found a guy that had single coverage. It's Inman on another hook route. Right in front of Cox, reaching out with his hands, picking up a huge first down.
He did not have a catch in his NFL career until tonight. Inman has 7 receptions for 79 yards. And this one pivotal for San Diego. 1st and goal for the Chargers inside the San Francisco 10. 1 timeout remaining. 42 seconds left on the clock.
Now you look at Rivers in this huddle right now. This is a relaxed quarterback and a relaxed team. They know they're rolling right now. And the thing that offensive line is doing is they're keeping this 49er pass rush away from their quarterback. And Rivers, so smart, such a competitor, finding the open man.
San Diego looking for the equalizer. They trail 35-28. 42 seconds to play. Rivers steps up. Rivers gets hammered. Quentin Dial, a sack for the young defensive lineman.
Just a 2nd sack of the season for the 2nd-year player out of Alabama, working against Reinhardt. And really, Rivers ran into that sack trying to get out of the pocket.
San Diego has used its final timeout. 32 seconds left to play. Conversation along the sideline between Rivers and Frank Reich, the offensive coordinator.
Yeah, the fact they don't have any timeouts, Zion, is not that big of a deal now for Phillip Rivers, because from this point of the field, you're going to take shots into the end zone. You're on the 11-yard line. And if you don't like what you got in the end zone, you can just sail it over everybody's head out of the back of the end zone, save the yardage, and stop the clock.
Line of scrimmage is now the 11. 2nd and goal for San Diego. 32 seconds left to play. Rivers fires. Touchdown! Malcolm Floyd. Flag is down. San Diego could be an extra point away from tying this one up.
Holding against the 49ers. They're holding Antonio Gates.
Right of the pass, holding number 54 of the defense. That penalty is declined, resulting in the play as a touchdown.
What a rally by the Chargers. 4th touchdown of the night for Phillip Rivers.
Nick Moody and Scuda. And look at this bullet. Again, Rivers finding Floyd against Marcus Cromartie. And delivers once again.
A few things come to mind here. First off, Andy Lee's punt. bounced inside the 10, but ricocheted to the end zone. So the Chargers got it at the 20. Extra point is good, and we are knotted up at 35 apiece. Then crucial plays. Passes from Rivers to Royal, Rivers to Inman to keep the drive alive, and then they cash in with a touchdown to the veteran Floyd.
And on that punt return you were talking about, Ian, Royal wanted to make the fair catch, but his own man got in his way, so he had no choice but to let it go and bounce into the end zone. So they only had 80 yards to go, only 80 yards to go.
San Diego trailed by 21 points. They have come storming back. And we are tied at 35 with 29 seconds to play. San Francisco has no timeouts. You said it earlier. You could tell which team was feeling the playoff pressure, trying to stay alive. Chargers look like a team that understands what's at stake here.
And they've done it before. Last year, 5-7, needing to win out and get help. They did their part, winning out, and they got a little lucky. They got the help, got into the playoffs, go to Cincinnati and beat the Bengals in the first round.
49ers have been in the postseason each of the last 3 years. That run comes to an end. And now San Diego will kick it off with Nick Novak. Quentin Patton is deep. He puts this one on the ground. Rolling to the 19-yard line. And San Francisco will have the football with 26 seconds left. Chase Thomas, who was just called up from the practice squad, one of the up men, goes down.
And smartly, because what he did by going down, giving himself up there, stops the clock. And the 49ers, tall order, but to get within field goal range is their goal right now. Phil Dawson, career long of 56. He's had a 55-yarder this season. And that's what they're aiming for with very little time.
Line of scrimmage is the 28. San Francisco looks so sharp coming out of the gate. They need about 35 yards right now to get Dawson into range. Shotgun for Kaepernick. Throws to the sideline, hauled in by Bolden and quickly out of bounds. Stops the clock with 20 seconds to play. 6-yard pickup.
See the Chargers just rushing 3, dropping 8. They'll give up that short pass. They know what Dawson needs, a 16-year veteran.
Phil Dawson, former Cleveland Brown, went to the Pro Bowl in 2012 and signed as a free agent in 2013 with San Francisco. 2nd and 4. We're down to 18 seconds left. Kaepernick too high, skies it over the head of Patton. 16 seconds to play.
Good coverage out there by Steve Williams.
Third and 4 for the 49ers. Kaepernick is 13 of 21, 105 yards and a touchdown. He has 131 yards on the ground. From the 34, Kaepernick, shotgun, steps up, looking to run. He's got room in front of him. Kaepernick out of bounds in San Diego territory, using his legs. With 9 seconds left, Colin Kaepernick.
Now they'll have time for one more pass play or a run by Kaepernick. Now they've got a reasonable shot at giving Dawson a long field goal attempt here.
20-yard run by Kaepernick, and I think a lot of players use the big screen to get an overhead look at what's happening.
That's insane. Guys chasing in, you're looking at the big screen.
Right now it would be a 64-yard attempt. Kaepernick, once again, it's too high, and only 7 seconds remain on the clock.
And the Chargers really smart defensively, guarding the sidelines with 2 defensive backs on both sides of the formation. Kaepernick had absolutely nothing on that left sideline.
Line of scrimmage is the 46. Jim Harbaugh's team had a comfortable lead. The defense from San Diego kept them in it, John Pagano's crew, and then Phillip Rivers took over. 4 touchdowns for Rivers tonight. Dump off underneath. Golden heading to the sideline, and he gets out of bounds. A 4-yard pickup with 2 seconds left. They will send Phil Dawson onto the field.
Yeah, for about a 60-yarder, isn't it?
It is. San Diego's playoff hopes could rest on the right leg of Phil Dawson. A 60-yard attempt.
And no wind.
Kyle Nelson will snap it. Andy Lee will hold it. This is a career long for Dawson if he can convert. Dawson on the approach, sweeps the leg. Dawson for the win. No good. Didn't have enough leg. And it was offline. We are going to overtime in Santa Clara.
Yeah, this wasn't anywhere close. Good effort by the Charger defense and for the 49ers to get in this position, but not having those timeouts, that always seems to come back to bite you, doesn't it?
Trying to budget the clock. And ultimately, the best they could do was get Dawson a 60-yard attempt. End of regulation for the Chargers and the 49ers. We're going to OT. Well, this is officially a Sunday game on the East Coast.
So it's
a special edition of Thursday night football
on
Saturday, spilling into Sunday. I'll write that out on a card.
Gotcha. What was yesterday, and who's on first?
All right, gentlemen, we'll have a modified sudden death overtime. We'll play fourth quarter timing rules. Both teams will have 2 timeouts. All replays will be from upstairs. Both teams will have an opportunity to possess the football, except in 2 situations. If someone scores a touchdown or a safety, the game is over. You're the visitors, you call the coin, and tails is the call. Tails is the call. It is a head. You want the football. All right. San Francisco will receive.
San Francisco wins the toss. Overtime at Levi Stadium when we come back. The Chargers and the 49ers all locked up. Wild fourth quarter in Santa Clara. The Chargers looking for the rally. They get the touchdown. Rivers to Gates. And then big plays on 4th down, hitting Royal. Inman, the touchdown to tie to Floyd, and then the missed field goal at the end of regulation from Dawson. And we are in overtime. Here are the rules in OT. 1 15-minute quarter, touchdown or a safety on the first possession wins the game. If the score is tied after each team's first possession, then it's sudden death. Next score will win. 2 timeouts per team. No coaches' challenges. Only booth reviews at this stage.
And it would behoove the 49ers to get their offense back in gear. They don't want Phillip Rivers to have the ball. In that fourth quarter, he was 13 of 23, 152, and 2 scores.
Novak kicks it off. Patton, this is returnable from the 6 for San Francisco. Patton across the 25, and he's dragged down at the 30-yard line. It's a 24-yard return. San Francisco will open up 1st and 10 at its own 30 as we start overtime. Colin Kaepernick, 8 career game-winning drives in the fourth quarter and overtime. The last one, Week 12 against the Washington Redskins. First and 10 from the 30 for San Francisco. Gore, who got up to such a fantastic start for the 49ers. Pass out to Michael Crabtree. He has not been involved at all. First catch of the night for Crabtree, and it comes on the first play from scrimmage in overtime.
And Gore only has 29 yards rushing in the second half after going for 129 in the first half.
2nd and 5 here for the 49ers. Line of scrimmage is the 35. A 3-game losing streak eliminated San Francisco from playoff contention at 7-7. Flip. It's Patton. Patton's got the angle. Takes it upfield. Patton fumbles the ball at the end of the play. San Diego recovers at the 38. Sean Lismore making his way all the way downfield for the recovery.
And it was called a fumble on the field. And remember, there are no challenges. All reviews come from upstairs.
That was knocked out by Weddle.
And that was a fumble. Before his knee touched the ground, Weddle with his right hand punches it out. And Lismore, 300 pounds, way down the field with the recovery.
Another look. Ball is out. So it's Lismore on the recovery. Weddle forces the fumble, and San Diego takes over at its own 38-yard line. The fumble by Quinton Patton, the second-year wideout out of Louisiana Tech. Third San Francisco fumble.
We are now in sudden death overtime. First team that scores wins.
So San Diego in a situation where if they can get into field goal range, they can get out of Santa Clara with a win.
Novak's long this year, 52. His career long, just 53.
1st and 10 at the 38 for Rivers and the Chargers. 338 yards, 4 touchdowns for Rivers, 3 picks. Rivers fires over the middle. It's complete to Gates. 7-yard pickup. Wilhoit with the tackle for San Francisco.
But there are no guarantees on field goals. Novak uncharacteristically had one blocked last week and then hit the upright with one. So we saw what happened to Philadelphia earlier today. They missed 2 makeable field goals, and that cost them a big game.
Trying to get it to that red target line, the 35-yard line of San Francisco, to give Novak a chance. Rivers out route. He's got Royal. Eddie Royal down at the 44. Tackle made by Craig Dahl. That covers 11 yards, and San Diego is on the move once again.
Even when the 49ers blitz now, they're not getting home. And what that does is it exposes this beat-up secondary to man-to-man coverage, and Rivers is eating it up.
25 straight passing plays for San Diego. 25 in a row.
And we're not talking about sore ribs or a bad back now, are we?
Rivers rising to the occasion once again.
Yep.
Shotgun. Here's a running play. Ronnie Brown. And Brown able to steamroll his way to the 35. San Francisco was digging for the football. They couldn't lodge it loose. It's a 9-yard pickup, and Novak trying to get himself into the right mental framework for a potential game winner.
Well, he's within range now.
Right now, they're looking at a 53-yarder.
Making 50 now.
Ronnie Brown with another carry. Searles loses his helmet on the play. The fumble by Patton has allowed San Diego the possession and a chance to move down the field for a game winner. Jared Eddy just limped off for San Francisco. Kick snap up the middle. Ronnie Brown carrying defenders with him. It's a 4-yard pickup for Brown.
And it appears if there's any breeze at all, it would be at Novak's back. The banners at the top of the uprights just moving slightly.
Line of scrimmage to the 27. They are feeding it to Brown, who carries it out across the 25-yard line. 5-yard pickup for the 10-year veteran Brown.
He was picked up during the season after getting cut by the Chargers after Matthews got hurt.
Whistle stops play. Flag comes down.
49ers called timeout before they were nailed for having 12 men on the field.
San Francisco, they're first. It's a 30-second timeout.
So it stops the clock with 11:21 to play in overtime. Right now they're looking at a 41-yard field goal attempt. Oh, the sprint there by Leon McFadden.
Harbaugh's had to call about 3 timeouts today from the sidelines, hasn't he?
San Diego has it lined up at the 23-yard line of San Francisco on a 3rd and 1. And this is who the Chargers are. Yeah, they flirt with disaster and find ways.
Number 17, the heart and soul of this football team.
1-7, beef up 4.
Bit. 3rd and 1 for San Diego.
Pop.
In overtime. Next score wins. Running play. It's Brown, and he has enough for the first down.
It's now just a matter of when Nick Novak wants to kick this field goal and from which hash mark. Or does he want it right in the middle of the field as the ball is right now?
Shotgun for Rivers. Another give for Brown. This time San Francisco stacks him up. Justin Smith among those there for the 49ers. And McCoy will use a timeout.
And Harbaugh will have one more timeout to use to freeze Novak when he comes out for his attempt.
He may have indicated to his team after a play to call the timeout. He was making the timeout motion, but it may have been in the direction of Rivers. Or let the time run down and then they'll use the timeout, because now they're breaking up the huddle and Rivers is looking towards the sideline. Right now it's a 39, 40-yarder in that range. Last week against the Denver Broncos, Nick Novak had a 46-yard field goal attempt that was blocked by Derek Wolfe. In the 3rd quarter, Novak missed on a 37-yard attempt off the upright. Going into that game, Novak was 20 of 21 on the season.
And he has a new holder in McBriar, but McBriar has experience holding for Novak. Worked out in the offseason together, and so that's not an excuse. It was just poor blocking up front, specifically by Reinhardt, that allowed for the block by Wolf, and then Novak just saved it too close and hit the upright.
It will be a 40-yard attempt. McBriar, the veteran, will hold it. Mike Wint, the snapper. Novak. San Francisco has a timeout.
And they use it.
Jim Harbaugh will ice Novak. San Diego, start of the season 5-1. The Chargers have dropped 5 of their last 8 games, but yet here they are, week 16, with a chance to get a win and put pressure on the likes of Cincinnati and Pittsburgh and Baltimore.
And if Novak makes this, they'll be 15-2 on the road in December, the best record in the NFL.
That is since 2006, since Phillip Rivers became the starting quarterback for San Diego.
That's all you need to say about Phillip Rivers. Clutch.
.40-yard attempt. Wint will snap it. McBriar to hold it. San Diego looking for the win in overtime. The approach. Novak. He knocks it through. Chargers win. Flag is down at the 30.
Penalty for running into the kicker will be declined. Field goal is good. Game is over.
The Chargers come from behind and defeat the 49ers. Nick Novak, the game winner in overtime.
Perfect snap by Mike Wint. Matt McBriar with the hold. And Novak, no question, put it right down the middle. Little spin of the ball, end over end, and a winner for San Diego.
38-35, the final. What a Saturday in the NFL. For Jim Harbaugh, a record of 7-8, and the clock is ticking on his tenure with San Francisco. Phillip Rivers, celebration mode, along with the heart and soul of the defense, Eric Weddle, and for Bay Area native Mike McCoy out of Novato, California. A sigh of relief. Nick Novak, 40-yard field goal to win it in overtime as we send it downstairs. Jenny Dell with Phillip Rivers.
Phillip, another comeback win, another one on the road. What does that say about the fight of this team?
Well, I think it's been the character of our team for as long as I can remember. We just have the right kind of guys. We kind of said at halftime, we don't know if we can win the game or not, but we're going to fight like crazy because that's what we do. And then we found our way to shoot. I was the main reason we were in the big hole, but it's awesome to fight back and win.
2 fourth-down conversions in that final drive going in regulation. What gives you the confidence in that point?
Well, you obviously got to let it rip at that point, pick a guy and let it go. And Eddie made a great diving catch, and Dontrell made a great catch too. The offensive line, we didn't have a sack, maybe one late that I kind of took. It was awesome team win.
At this point in the season, it's must-win games. You got Kansas City next week. What's the mentality knowing that every play matters?
Yeah, it's playoff football. We said this was the first round of the playoffs for us, and we won the first round. We got a long way to go though.
Congratulations. I'm back to you.
All right, Jenny, thanks. They're still in the tournament for Mike McCoy.
Don't say playoffs. It's the tournament for Mike McCoy.
But Phillip Rivers said playoffs. Well, it is the playoff picture, and San Diego improves to 9-6. They are a half game behind Pittsburgh and Baltimore. Cincinnati has locked up nothing. Kansas City is at 8-6. So is Buffalo. The San Diego Chargers get it done. In rally mode, they win it on the road against the 49ers. 38-35 in OT. So for Dan Fouts and Jenny Dell, the rest of our crew, this is Ian Eagle saying so long from Santa Clara. You've been watching Thursday Night Football Saturday edition. Coming up, it's the Mazda postgame show. We'll join the studio right after this.